Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Activity live stream. Today it's the 12th of November 2025. It's 4 minutes past 5 here in the United Kingdom, back in X-Plane 12 in a pre-release aircraft. My friend Felis has sent me over a released copy of the 747-200 freighter, which I'm pleased to announce will be released next week. When I say it's a released copy, they're just ironing out a few little, perhaps, quirks and bugs, but it is pretty representative of the final product in a little test sector earlier, and it worked very, very nicely indeed. This isn't just a simple upgrade on the existing 747-200, the passenger variant. This is a whole separate product with lots of big changes, not only to the nose rise, but all of the cargo variants and things like that. There's enhancements to the checklists and all these other little features as well, which I hope to showcase for you today. Now, we are 6 hours behind live time, but we do have live weather. We're in Bordeaux in France, flying to Glasgow Prestwick, an airport I've flown into before a long, long time ago, but I have a fond memory of seeing a 747-400 from Air France there, so that's who we're flying with today. Air France's classic 747-200. We'll do that 1 hour and 40 minutes, and we don't have any Ortho 4 XP. My X-Plane 12 installation is very fragile. For the last couple of months I've had launch issues, still do. I thought we were having to delay this stream, but I just rebooted my PC, pressed start flight, and it worked, so hopefully we'll have no issues with the aircraft today. Anyway, let's zoom on in towards the plane, see who we have here in chat. I think we've got a few more viewers than we'd usually have, because obviously it's a pre-release. Great to see so many people. Hello, Lucky Patcher. It says Air France used Atlas charts. Great. I'll stick with Jefferson's Navicraft charts. I hope you're doing well. Doug, need live traffic? Yes, we have VATSIM online here today, although we're going to be flying conventionally. Hope you're doing well. PX X-Plane 12 is looking majestic now. Does look very nice, even with stock scenery here as well. Greg, how did you flatten the Bordeaux scenery? I am not using an ortho tile, so I didn't need to flatten it, I guess. Hope you're doing well. Mark Saracen, good evening from Germany. Hope you're doing well. Tamango 3's here as well. Good to see you. Stephen M 4005. That's just Steve M. I hope you're doing well. Orchid Aviator, good afternoon. I think this is the first time I've joined one of your streams live. Well, welcome on board. Thank you very much for tuning in. Lucky Patcher, you love talking about Atlas charts. I don't have access to those. I hope you're doing well anyway. Felis is here as well. Now, obviously, Felis is based in Ukraine. He did mention that in about 25 minutes, I think it's a blackout in the country, so he won't be able to join here for too long, but he'll be able to answer any questions he might have, and I've got some information I'll hopefully be able to provide you with today as well. ZSim Pilot is going on here as well, saying, I hope you do well. Polder Pilot, ZSim Pilot, Philly says, hello chat, I'll be here for maybe half an hour. Absolutely, you'll be here to answer as many questions as possible. But here we are on the very small cargo apron here in Bordeaux, in the Air France 747-200 freighter. We're going to show you how the nose rises and all those features as well. We've got a DHL 757 joining us as well, but it's a very nice external map model with all of the Felis aircraft, both the passenger and this variant as well. We're in Foxtrot Golf Bravo Oscar X-Ray G-Box today. Doug the Queen, absolutely. Not using map enhancement, mate. No, not at the moment. ZSim Pilot, just standard explained today. Was it called the 747-200 because it had 747,200 switches? Brilliant. Right, anyway, let's use this opportunity to jump into the cockpit. So, woof, there we are. And those of you who are familiar with me streaming the Felis 742 will notice the familiarity of the cockpit. However, oh gosh, I need to reset this. You can choose the new upgraded switches, which I'll do in a second, or the gauges for the engines, but you'll notice here there's been some small changes. The installation of RTO auto brake, they've removed the PA functions here. This panel, you have a lot more additional cargo features as well. New information for the crews and whatnot, which you can select too. But essentially, if you have any questions about the upgrades and changes, feel free to ask in chat, and Felis, I'm sure we'll be able to answer any of those there. I did notice earlier someone has written French in my aeroplane. I have no idea what décollage means. I think that means maximum temperature limits of some sorts as well. And EGT maxi décollage is 760 degrees. So yes, we'll have to get some translation going on here. Now, let me jump into this here. Now, some of the options I think got deselected. So you have the option for FMS. I think the LTN might not yet be compatible with this add-on yet, but I think it's coming. INS alignment, we'll leave that all on here. I just want to go to... where's the... oh yes, you've got new accents for the checklist reading. We're using the German and Dutch accent, so it's different than before, and the checklist has been slightly tuned as well, so it's a little bit shorter than it was before. There we are. So we're going to have the tape engine gauges. I actually do prefer the round gauges, but it's a new feature, and this was fitted to latter 747-200s. I think even newer ones had digital displays, but we'll be using this today. But essentially, INS navigation, you can use the retrofitted default X-plane FMC if you want to fly RNAV or modern SIDs and stars, but I love flying INS and the challenge that brings as well. Decollage means takeoff. There you go. I didn't know that. Does the freighter have the JT9D engine option too? So I'm not very good with my engines. This is the General Electric CF6. It's been upgraded compared to the passenger variant, which had an original one. This is a CF6 502 Echo. So I think it's slightly uprated, or this is fitted to the sort of later generation 747-200s. Wasn't the first gen there. It has slightly different engine sounds as well, which reminds me actually, I should have for you today a document which we can have a look through in the cruise, which talks about some of the differences that the freighter has in comparison to the newer model. So this is the CF650 manual. Let me just you guys unfortunately don't seem to be able to see the PDF. Let me just try and reopen it here in the background. PDF. Hopefully that will come up here. There we are. So this talks about this document, which is available when you purchase the aircraft. I think you can, if you join the Felis Discord, you can access it now. So it talks about the differences with the freighter, how to open the door. It's not just a simple press a button and open. You have to actually configure the electrical panel to ensure that the door opens as it would do in real life. So you have to make sure it's connected to the external cart too, and that you're not using power off that cart to open the door, which we'll do momentarily. You have an electrical schematic about the door as well, some new features, how the lights illuminate and how the controls work in the cargo panel. What's really cool, it's an interactive loading system, so when you have a higher gross weight of cargo, you'll see more cargo in the hold as well. So new cockpit annunciations associated with the cargo deck. What's this here? The fuel panel's slightly different with the CF6 50. So is this the JT9? The JT9's the older engine, isn't it? But yeah, it's all these subtle differences have been modelled really, really well, and it goes into a lot of detail, and a lot more information can be found in the Discord. The performance takeoff's seen some enhancements as well. You can actually now enter the airport and runway, so you can get performance data, and it puts in the exact runway slope and weather, so you get more accurate performance calculations. I mentioned to Felis, is there a way of selecting or calculating an assumed temperature or reducing the thrust? At the moment it's not available because all of the tables they're using for the performance calculations are based off full thrust, but there is an option to reduce that thrust setting. So yeah, that's just a little sneak peek of some of the additional features there. Mitch Harper, welcome back as a member. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for your support. Marshall, one advantage to the Felis, you don't have to suck up to any Qatari emirs to get one gifted to you. That is true. Hello Simbear UK, very well, thank you. Itchin Scratch at 71 months as a member, thank you. Merry Christmas for you. Are you talking about the Felis 742, I guess, getting that early? It definitely was. I'm super excited to showcase this. A word of warning, also, I'm on standby at the moment, so I could get called at any moment to go to work. If not, if that happens, I'll just have to postpone the stream, which reminds me, where is my phone? I better keep that close by. Right, let's get some electrical power on this aircraft then. So go to home. I've usually set up a lot of this before I stream in the Felis 742, but I thought I'd take the what's the word I'm looking for? Take the opportunity to go through a lot of the tablet settings whilst we set up the aircraft. So we'll load the cargo and fuel, and you can see me do that there. So if we go here to ground, we'll set the chocks.
Put the chocks on.
You might notice the voice has changed ever so slightly. I'll turn the music down here. We'll connect the GPU.
Cockpit to ground. Connect ground power.
So we have no main deck power. So at the moment I can't open the main deck door until I get some electrical power connected to the aircraft. So there we are. Now the GPU is connected. I can't put it on the bus yet until I've actually opened up the door because there's not enough power available. It's just the way you have to manage the transfer bus. So you've got two ways of opening the door. If we go here into the layout, you see there's been some subtle changes. So you've got the access panel down there. There's a door here as well. The modelling is a little better than the passenger variant. So you've got 6 seats here for passengers, or I should say crew. A crew rest bunk there for Jim and I. And then you can go down here and access the main deck. So opens up that little safety panel and down we go. So there you go. You've got the huge deck there, completely empty at the moment. You can open the doors all here as well, and you can obviously use the tablet too. But let's now open up the main deck door, which currently has ground power connected. So the power is on, and you just simply move that up to start opening up the carnivorous nose door, which you can see here. I've never flown an add-on with a raising nose before, so let's just have a look at that here. The Jake YouTube says, this brings back memories for sure. I haven't been on a classic upper deck since COVID. Absolutely. Well, here's a great fun ability to stream this today. How cool. Very nice, Gary Field as well. Was watching the A340-600 stream in the playlist. That was cool. And great fun to Mango on our last stream as well. Happy playing, big smile, yes. I didn't think it would fly Air France today as well, but there's a number of liveries available. No doubt there'll be more available by members of the community. We've got Air France, Lufthansa Air Cargo, Atlas Air. There's a few other, I think, other airlines I've never heard of, which ran the cargo freighter version. I don't think there's many of these flying around left today. Ads Aviation, anyone have a link to Felis' Discord? Will be greatly appreciated. I'm sure one of the moderators, Edo or Domino's here, will fetch that for you. They're the only people who can post links in chat. Scalber says, why is it that textures and explain tend to be somewhat low res? It's a sim limitation, or dev simply not making nicer textures? I think it's a mixture, really. I think the textures of the Felis 742 are pretty good. It's never going to be as good as perhaps aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I think it looks, for me anyway, very, very nice. Right, look, we'll leave the nose open, and now you'll see when I connect the ground power. So connect, that's open, here. Where's the ground power? Why is that not showing the light? I know, there we are, close. You'll notice now the main deck power is not available, so you can't actually open the cargo door. So what we'll do, we'll start the APU, get the APU on the transfer bus, so then we can use the ground power connected to the bus. I think it's ground transfer bus 2 or whatever bus powers the cargo door to open or close it later after we've loaded the cargo. So we'll go here, start the APU. So one start to open the APU door, I think. It's just opening up here in a second. Soul Spitfire says, take my wallet already. Well, if you already own the Felis 742, it's an upgrade price of just $30. Why is that not starting? What have I done? I know. That's probably why. Oh, Felis. Why is the APU starting? I better do some more. Let me carry on my flow before I get the APU started. So overhead panel, we'll start up here. Auto brake will leave off for now. Anti-skid on, arm the nose, body, gear steering, ILS to standby to warm it up. Arm the emergency exit lights. Lighting is all set here. We're not going to use New Skies. We're flying Air France today. Radio Master buses on. Mac airspeed warning test. Over rotation check is complete. Window heat can come on. There we are. Now, what have I forgotten to do to get this APU started? I've closed the bus. I don't know why that APU's not started. It worked perfectly on my test sector, and I will need to get that APU started. But absolutely no clue why it's not firing up now. What have I forgotten, Felis? I hope it's not under blackout. I've got standby power normal. I'm on the external power. Battery. Did I never turn the battery on? You're joking. There's other professional... There's other professional streamers available. It will start now. How come I was getting all power? Hold on, I think I'll just give it a second. But yeah, the battery was not on. Right. No, I don't want to. let me just press stop. I'm going to restart it because basically I think I might have broken it. So you're going to try to start it with the battery off. Guess what you need to turn on in the 737? Okay, the default APU is a bit weird. Reset it off and try again. There we are. But yeah, I think having the battery off, you'll be pleased to know the 737 also requires the battery to be able to start the APU. We're in business, Felis. Thanks, buddy. I've already done the overhead panel here. Right then, there's no ATC here in Bordeaux. We're going to want to depart off runway 23. We're going to do an omnidirectional departure because here in Bordeaux, there's only RNAV SIDs available. There are some conventional SIDs, but they take you south. So what we're going to do is push back, taxi out here to runway 23, full length departure. And then it's an omnidirectional departure, so what we're going to do is depart off in this direction and make a right turn just to simply route direct to Cognac. And it's a very conventional flight plan I've chosen. The real world OFP options were plenty of RMP waypoints, so I just went, well, let's just route conventionally. And the great thing about Prestwick is we're going to fly ILS.
Released.
Oops, that's because that's my fault because I've got the brakes on here. Hold on. There we are, parking brake set. It's got a conventional transition look via the turbo VOR onto both 1, 2 and 3, 0 depending on which one is available. So there we are, that's a sort of a brief overview of our routing today. Where's the charts? Oh, hello everyone. Just give me 2 seconds. There we are, so charts are open in the background. I've done the overhead panel. Runway 23 for departure, then omnidirectional, so the runway QDM is 225, so I'll set this all now. 225, I'll set the courses to 225 as well. 225, we'll set a stop altitude or flight level of flight level 80 just randomly, there's no ATC here. We'll set up our takeoff performance momentarily, and we might as well just choose the Cognac VOR as the active waypoint. It's our first VOR there, so it's over Chateaubournard Airport. The VOR frequency for Cognac is 114.65, so I'll make that active. 114.65. Perfect. Just hide the yokes for a second. So out of range, weather radar has been updated as well. Forgot to mention, if you have X-Plane 11, this won't work. The freighter version, it is only associated with X-Plane 12, but yeah, the weather radar is updated as per X-Plane 12.3, which is really nice. Omnidirectional departure, Josiah plays. So it's an SID where basically you climb runway heading to a preset altitude and then just turn to your first up route waypoint. You can get it at a lot of large airports as well. It's just sort of caters for aircraft that can't fly SIDs essentially. Great, so MCP is set. The weather here is very nice. We are live weather, just 6 hours behind live time. So 130 at 10. So it's a direct crosswind for departure from runway 23. The wind isn't really favouring any runway. 1 knot headwind for 05, 1 knot tailwind for 23. And the QNH we can set now of 1007. Weather should be okay in Prestwick later, maybe a bit of low visibility and rain, but not as nice as it is here in Bordeaux. So I have the sync feature, so all the I thought all the altimeters were synced, I don't think the standby is. But yeah, the primary or captain and first officer's altimeters are synced, which is a nice feature in X-Plane. Right, I'll start aligning the ILS now. Actually, no, I need to put the position in first. So much to do in this aeroplane to set up. Unicom 122.8. There we are. We're out of range for the VOR, so we're not going to pick up the nav 8. I'll turn that back down. We'll leave VHF 1 turned up. And let's start loading the freight. So, at the moment, it's coming, but there isn't a sim brief profile for the freighter version. But I have been told Joss, who is involved with the development of this aircraft with Felis, has submitted it to Navigraph for it to be put onto sim brief. But for now, to be conservative, what I've done is grab the existing 747-200 profile, which is based off the older generation engine. You'll notice that on the flight plan, I've allowed for an additional 30 minutes of fuel on top of the flight plan fuel, and we're fully loaded. Just to show you how fully loaded we are at our maximum zero fuel weight, but I had to load the equivalent amount of passengers in Simbury for the same amount of cargo. But even with all of that cargo, our landing weight with that additional 30 minutes of fuel is still a good, 16 tons below max landing weight, and takeoff weight, obviously we're not having a long sector, so we're about 70 odd tons below our maximum takeoff weight. Only cruising at 30,000 feet. I might do a step climb later. So to get this loaded on, we'll go here to home, load calculator. If I press the 100% preset, that's all the cargo I can get in every single hold. And if you have a look here, zero fuel weight 267.3, 267.6. So there's a discrepancy of 300 kilos, but that's fine. And then the fuel, it's got its own fuel calculator, but I essentially manipulate it till I have 37.8 tons. So at the moment we've got total fuel 36. What I'll do is just turn that up slightly, turn that down slightly. There you are, 38 tons. And then you can put this to show load sheet, or you can instantly load it. But what we'll do is use the refuel function. Set parking brakes to refuel. I thought I had to. Oh, do I need to pressurise the aircraft first? Oh yeah, hold on, I need to get the APU bleed on. So APU bleed's on. Air pumps onto auto. And actually I can turn that off. And now I'll be able to set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Perfect. So there are 38 tons of fuel. Use load sheet data. So in this case I've actually got too much fuel. Yeah, I've got 56 tons, so I need to drain. So what I'm going to do is just press the instant refuel button, and you'll see there I have the 38 tons of fuel. Great. Now, if I go from fuel to payload, you can use the load sheet data. So 100, that's an amazing capacity. 110.1 or 2 tons. I think that's more than the 777 freighter that can carry. So again, you can instantly do this. You saw that the cargo hold was empty. If I press load, it will do it sort of live time and sort of increase it like that. But you can see sort of the boxes are sort of going in. It's opening up the lower cargo hold doors as well. Obviously it would be nice to have sort of a GSX feature so you can see stuff being loaded, but you get the idea. It puts all the cargo in the hold for you. I've got a couple of pre-save views here with the typing of the windows, but you can see the cargo is being loaded in live time. So there you are. It's sort of a bit of a random way of loading it, but it works. Okay, so we've got the loading ongoing. INS ground services fast load checklist will run later. Performance calculation will do, but let's configure the engineers panel. Matthew Noonan, thank you very much for your support. Glad you joined the content. You get invited to our members only Discord. As a member, enjoy the custom modes in chat. Thank you very much. Right, so the electrical panels all checked. I should probably have done the APU fire test prior to starting the APU and the squib test, but hey ho. Electrical panels all configured. You'll notice that there's been some changes here with the engine indications with the new digital displays, or whatever they're called. The N2's been moved, so it's actually displayed here. You've got the N2 there. I'm not a fan of this display format, but because it's new I thought we'd use it today. Galley power will put on the bus. DC metering panel will leave it as it is configured. Trim air can come on. The packs will put on the dehumidifier, and we'll put on one of the packs. We've got some nice conditioned air coming into the cabin. Research can come on to auto. We're cruising at 30,000 feet, so I'll put in 31 there. Fuel used has been reset. Turn on all the pumps which contain fuel. There we are. Squib tests for the engines. Great. Fault and fire tests for the engines. I've got the ADPs already running, and the electric hydraulic pump on hydraulic system number 4. You can see the nose door is open. Overheat lights set. The brakes, obviously, aircraft's cold and dark, so the temperatures are nice and low. Anti-skid systems all working. We have full potable water for the toilet. Fuel jettison panels closed. There we are. So we have configured that panel. Let's load up the INS now. So we'll go here to position. Put on the remote function. Make sure that's on as well so you can see what I'm doing. So remote, remote, and remote. And let's work out our stands. So if I go here to Bordeaux, taxi, parking stand. So we're on stand Foxtrot 1. We need the parking stand waypoints for Foxtrot 1. There we are, so this is our position. North, 44, 49, 7. Insert, west, 000, 41, 8. Insert. So we've told the INS where we are on every single... Oh no, does it not do that? Do you have to put them in all manually for each one? Screw that. INS, insert present position. There you go. That's put the present position in for all of the INSs. And we can now go to Align. Okay, not many positions to load in today. INS, we're going to route conventionally where possible. We've got the first VOR, waypoint 1 is Cognac, Jersey, Brecon, Turnberry, and then we'll route conventionally approaching Turnberry for this approach. Standalone price cylinder seal will be $70, the same as the Felis 742 passenger variant. If you buy the passenger variant, or you have the passenger variant, it's a $30 upgrade to receive the freighter version there. Felis should be available next week. I hope I'll not have to fix anything big. Fingers crossed. You performed an AP fire test, didn't catch fire. Great. Right, let's load in these positions. So, waypoint 1. Wait, hold on. There we are. So, we'll go here to flight plan, view sim brief OFP, and first, only 4 nice waypoints to program today. There we are. Felis, am I right in saying, when we were discussing earlier, the LTN 92 won't be available on launch with this add-on? We need you to make a custom FMC, that'd be great. West, all the zeros 187. Insert, so we should be able to see on the remote. Yeah, that's copied across, perfect. Waypoint number 2 then will be Jersey. North, 49.13.3. Insert west, 002. 028. Insert waypoint 3. Brecon. North, 51435. Insert west, 003.158. Insert waypoint 4. Turnberry. North, 55, 18.8. Insert west, 004.470. Insert. Great, so all the waypoints are in. Go here to status, you'll find that the alignment's going down. It would have started on 9, it's down now to 8.7. You know I'm lazy. I press quick align and basically it completes the alignment process. Yeah, 0.5 and it flicks them all to nav. Hey ho. You can wait for the full alignment to be complete, but it's much quicker, I find, just to do it that way. Otherwise you'll be here all day watching me set up the aeroplane. So the INS waypoints are in. Oh, sorry, so perfect, Felis. Yeah, you got the LTN 92 FMC available. I will be brave enough and try that out one day. Is there, Felis, an accurate or an up-to-date tutorial or manual on the LTN 92? That would be great for someone like me. I'd love to have that. Right, so let's now... $30 for all this seems like theft. Yeah, if you obviously that's the upgrade if you already have the passenger variant, but standalone it's full price $70, but I think that's a very fair price. There you go, you can see the cargo still loading on. Let's now... I think we're good actually to start the checklist. I think we've covered everything. That's all set up. Performance, let's do the performance. So load calculator. What I'll do is press instant board. There you go. So if you press instant board, it will close the doors, the lower deck cargo bay. You have to close this manually. You can now see, because I press instant, look, it's completely finished the loading now of the main deck. So let's now do the takeoff performance. And this is a change, an upgrade to the existing performance calculator. So you can read your data from your load sheet. There's our takeoff weight of 304 tons. Flap 10, CG's in position. You can now enter your airport. So we're in Bordeaux, Lima Foxtrot Bravo Delta. Enter. Select your runway, runway 23, and you can adjust. I think. Oh no, can you? I don't think you can yet adjust the threshold here. LFBD to use length. Right mouse button or click on the right side to add displacement. I right click though, it's clicking off it. Okay, it looks like I need to have a play around with it. You can adjust the length, so if you have a display threshold or you've taken an intersection departure, you can adjust the length. But we're going to take full length for runway 23 today. 3,104 metres, and it has all the slope information, which is great. And then you can press read sim weather to get the weather from the sim in. You can adjust the gust. And there we are, it's its full rated thrust performance. It's given me all the V speeds I need, the trim, initial target attitude, and the optimum climb above 10,000 feet, like 328 knots. 2,246 metres available, and that's the maximum weight you can lift based off this performance. So, again, you can press the set speed bugs, boom, sets all your bugs for you, and V2 set automatically on the MCP 163 knots. Right then, so now I've got the APU on the bus, and the GPU I think is disconnected from the bus. No main deck power, so what I need to do is close the bus. So now the external power's disconnected from the aircraft, it's available to close the nose door. So press close, there you go. We're locking in our freight. Strange, once you click on the runway, it should have written the runway number into the input field. Once you click on the runway, let's have a little look again. Performance calculations. So if I press this enter, so if I left click on the runway, it should have written the runway number into the input field. Yeah, it seems to be clicking out, even if I press this. Right click is the same. But this is why Felis wants to watch. There might be just a few little things to fine tune before release, but overall I can't see anything significantly wrong. What do you think, guys? Well, haven't gone flying yet. It's got whole new sounds as well. Sealed in. And then you've got the lights back here to confirm it's locked. Oh no, that's main deck cargo detector. Oh no, it's in the cargo hold, I think, but there we are. It will illuminate in here if it's not closed and locked properly. Right then, so ground, we can disconnect the GPU.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Close the doors. And there we are, it's gone very quiet now as the doors have closed, and we'll get some better pushback. There's the ground crew. Start pushback.
Run to cockpit, please show me where you
So
want
what I'm
to
going to
go.
do is, look at the size difference between a 757, a big aeroplane, and the 74. It's bonkers. So we're going to push onto the main apron and then do a 180 degree turn here.
Run to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Perfect. So the tug's coming up. There it is, driving on the grass. The 757 from DHL. Look at the size difference. Amazing. Jake, YouTube, that sounds just like the real thing. I've worked on the nose door a bit. Oh, no way, that's really cool. That's a good question, Stormy. Is the main deck pressurised? I'm not 100% sure. 210s, I hope you're doing well. You might like the new EGT indicators. Very mad dog. Yeah, I'm not a fan. But you can choose, as you saw at the start of the stream, the conventional indications if you wish, which I prefer, but let's use these today. Right, let's see how much I forgot then. Checklist, and it's been updated and reduced in size and simplified, which I do prefer. Let's do the before start checklist.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Minimums, approaching minimum.
I'll wait for better pushback to connect. And Slush Puppies, thank you for your 16 months as a member. I'm super hyped for the freighter. What a beauty. Been flying the 742 with the LTN for a while now, and it's really nice. Would love you to have a go. Yeah, well, look, this is going to be flown again. I won't be tomorrow because I've got a standby, but I've got a lot on tomorrow, and I'm working this weekend, potentially after work on Sunday or Saturday, but I need time to look at the LTN. Right, let's run the checklist. New voices here.
Before start checklist.
And you can choose American and
Cockpit
British as
preparations.
well.
Complete.
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 Oxygen mass and quantity.
Checked.
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 Flight control power switches.
On.
Tow connected and bypass pin
Body gear
inserted.
steering.
Easy parking brake.
Right, pushback's ready.
INS mode.
Nav.
Emergency lights.
Armed.
Hello from Cape Verde, Simon
Cabin
Taylor, hope you're doing
signs.
well.
One moment.
There you go, look, I've already forgotten something. Cabin signs, oh yes, if there's any stowaways.
On.
Store warning. Oh wait.
There's a few things I forgot. I'm working on it.
Checked. Normal. Probe heat. Oops.
Propy, oh really? I didn't know you did that during the pre-flight. I thought it was after
Window heat.
start.
On. Radios and autometers.
Oh, he's calmed down now.
Set. Set. Airspeed.
Bugs set.
Bugs set. Bugs set.
He's there, Joss is still there, I can hear him.
Engine limits.
Hold on.
Engine limit set. Oh yes, have I not done that? Performance calculations.
Minimums.
Oh, hold on.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Runway A? Runway is too short. Runway 23. Now what's happened here? Oh, I know, I need to be on
Set.
N1,
Set.
that's it.
Set. Brake pressure. Let's see.
Starter valve open. Spurious, thank you. Queen of the Skies, hope to see it more. The LTN is good, nice upgrade over Receiver, good guides on YouTube. Bravo to Felis. Absolutely. I will try out this LTN. Oh, you'll have to help me out. Right, I've got takeoff, dry, set, and selected M1. What was it? I've now forgotten. Slightly different to what I'm used to. Brake pressure pump on. Alright, so what I need to do is turn off these pumps. Turn on
Pump on and checked.
electric pump 4.
Number 1 air pump. Off. Parking brakes.
Set.
This is auto there.
Start levers.
Cut off.
Gear pins.
Removed.
Galley power. Wait.
Ah, wait.
Off.
Off for start.
Fuel. 3, 7, 8.
That engineer panel is bad, I know. I could just about find my way around
Set
it.
for start. Pressurization. Auto. Pack valves. 1 open. Air pumps. Off.
Yes, that's off.
Start pressure.
Oh, I just passed 98,900 subscribers. Thanks,
Cargo
guys.
doors. All closed. Before start checklist. Complete.
Excellent. So the before start checklist is complete. Now, this doesn't have a separate starter valve switch here. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. I've 98,900 subscribers. 1,100 to go. Until about 100,000. There we are. Right, next is the after start checklist. Here, perfect. So we're ready to go, guys. So a little mini brief for you. We're going to push back, start engines, and then we're going to do that little push back onto the main sort of parking apron here, and then a 180 degree turn onto Sierra, right turn Papa, then depart off runway 23. So let's have a little good look around as we are on Unicom. I think we're all clear. Yeah, the DHL's just waiting there, so we'll just Unicom here and announce our pushback, and we just need to turn the beacon on. There's no starter valve open. You literally just go to engine ignition and start. So that's done. Right, release parking brake.
Parking brake. Released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Source Spitfire, select LTN, staring complete wonderment for 5 minutes, select Seaver from options. Brilliant. Right, did I remove the chocks? I bet I didn't, did I? Ground.
Cockpit to ground.
Remove chocks. It will hopefully start moving after that. Ground crew's job. Welcome. Where? Whoa! A bit bouncy, but we're off. Thanks for subscribing, Justin Aviation. Right, here we go. We're going to start the engines now. Whole new sound set for you. And I've always loved the Felis sounds. These are just an improvement over what was already some of the best sounds available. Right, starting 4. No, what have I done? Ah, yeah. No, that's in normal. What did I forget? AP bleeds on. I know, bleed. I think that's it. Let's try again. No. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. This will work perfectly. AP, I've got bleed. We've got electrics. I'm on the APU. Bleeds off, packs off. Oh, engine bleeds need to be on. Thank you. Thanks.
Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open.
There we are. Just class. It's only a 10% N2, I think, for the fuel on, which I've already missed.
Fuel on.
Here it's spooling up now. There we go. This is an upgrade of the CF6 Spurious Podge. Still a CF6, just a newer variant. Well, there's just one of them. Right, starting one. I'll do this one inside.
Starting engine 1.
Starter valve open.
So you've got here your N2. There you go. You can see N2 increasing. Where's your oil pressure indicator? Probably still on the engineer's panel.
N2 10%.
It's interesting. There's no increase in oil pressure before you put the fuel
Operation
in.
complete. Set parking brake.
I'm going to put the fuel in anyway. Is that a Felis? Is that meant? You know, I'm just historically, you never saw an engine without oil
Fuel
pressure
on.
on the jet.
Light up.
See the EGT increasing. Look. Who designed this engine system? There you go. You soon get the oil pressure after engine start. The careful enunciation on the starter valve open. Yeah, starter valve open.
Starter off.
There we are. So you've got oil pressure just about into the green and idle. Oh, did he say set parking brake? Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Parking brake set.
Right, starting engine number
Connecting
2.
flow. Stand by.
Let's go outside for this one again.
Starting engine 2.
Starter valve open.
Awesome. Fuel coming on.
Fuel on.
There goes number 2.
Stove disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Mounting out of the left. This unit time another test plate.
Awesome. Wrong model since it's been designed as Pratt Whitney. You guys know too much. I don't know. It's a General Electric CF6502E apparently. Starting engine number... What's left? Number 2. No, number 3.
Starting engine 3.
Starter valve open.
Starter valve open. Fortunately, as it's a cargo plane, I don't have the best views here outside. The wing views. Birds! I just saw the birds again at X-Plane, which only the shadows appear. Check the side of the engine, someone said. Fuel coming on.
Fuel on.
Yes, Tamago, that's very observant, but I believe other spinners are available. Amazing. Oh, that's loud. Right, after start checklist. So generators, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. I want to turn off the APU, turn off the bleed, anti-ice not required, 1 pack open for taxi I believe, and the pumps to auto, electric hydraulic system 4 pump is closed, flaps to 10,
Flaps
flight
10.
controls, forward, back, there's my yoke, oh no wait, you can see my yoke here as well, there you go, left, right, rudders, right, and left. Lovely. And there's no recall, however, I can't see any warning lights up. And the APU is shutting down. I think the APU fault, yeah, that's just part of the shutdown. Let's now do the after start checklist.
After start checklist.
Ailerons and rudder trim. 0. Electrical.
Felis,
No
I'm on
lights,
my laptop with
central
an
normal.
IFI hotspot from my cell phone. What is wrong with the
Hydraulics,
spinners?
Auto and
Nothing's
normal.
wrong with your spinners. I think
Doors.
someone was
Closed.
believing the spinner
Ground equipment.
is
Cleared.
wrong, but it looks like it's not.
After start checklist. Complete.
There we are, perfect. All good, all good. I think it was a misjudgment. Everything is working very well, apart from the pilot of your fantastic add-on, Felis. Right, we'll do the before takeoff checklist on the taxi out. Now, I did have a little issue on my takeoff where my auto brake, I think, accidentally engaged. I don't know if it was some noise from my thrust lever, but we'll see how we get on today. So,
Parking brake.
parking
Release.
brake release, just like with the 7.3, you can do a config check. Oops, it's not happy, you see. What's that not happy with? The trim, look. There we are. I knew I'd forgotten to do something. That's usually on the, was actually on the old checklist. So nose down, what was the trim for takeoff? Trim was out of it, 4.6 units. That's set. Let's do the config check again. That's the importance of that check. There we are. No takeoff config warning horn. And the turn off lights are on. Let's taxi out here. A little bit of a stutter going on. Never had any stutter in X-Pro until now. Well, my X-Plane's stuttering loads. What's going on? Sorry about that, guys. That is definitely my PC and sim. It's better. Back in the cockpit. It's getting some weird stutter outside there. I'm getting 45 FPS, but it seems to be okay inside. Let me just move my mouse around. Yeah, okay. Didn't have that issue, obviously. I'll just try doing a taxi pass though. Yeah, it's getting a bit stuttery. Working well now though, okay. Beautiful. You alright there, guys? Let's do. Oh, there's that DHL 75 taking off. Silent in here. Right, let's run the before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Auto brake takeoff.
Arm.
SL and de-ice.
Off.
Flight and nav
19
instruments.
knots taxi speed.
Aligned,
More than
no
enough
flags.
here.
Aligned, no flags. Oops.
Oh, but what?
Flaps.
What's oops?
Flaps.
What's
10,
oops?
Green light.
I don't know.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Stabilizer trim.
Second right onto Papa.
4.5 units. Switch set. No lights.
Galley power. Oh, this.
There's the Olvis, guys.
On.
APU. As required. Fuel. Set for takeoff. Air conditioning and
We've got the
pressurization.
37.8 tons.
Set and auto.
Yeah, 37.4.
And
We've
then
used
shade the
400
lights.
kilos of fuel.
Checked.
Perfect. And next, when we're cleared for takeoff, we can continue with the checklist. Oh, it is. Wait, I should be on Unicom. Sorry, guys. Bordeaux traffic, it's Air France 744 shot. Taxi at runway 23, departure to north. Oh, you can hear those engines spooling up from in here as well. Beautiful. Yes! Michael, you're a real 737 pilot. Hard to believe. Stable now, yeah. There was a little bit of a stuttering going on taxi off stab, and it seems to have sorted itself out. It's definitely an issue on my side. So I did a test sector earlier, and there wasn't a single problem. Right, so before takeoff check, we sort of ran the one there, but I just sort of do my own operator's one. So config we checked. Flaps we have 10 with a leading edge green light. Stab trim is set for departure 4.5 units. Takeoff briefing, so the PAX auto, bleeds can come, so PAX off for departure, bleeds on, V speeds are set. We can double check those on the tablet. 40, 49, 163 set on the MCP. It's an omnidirectional departure, so for omnidirectional departure from Bordeaux, I'm just double checking here the SID chart. It says, omni departures, climb on track, doesn't actually say by ATC. Then the omnidirectional departure, climbing to en route safe altitude. Alright, we'll climb to 1200 feet, which is 1000 feet above the ground. NADP 2 will reduce thrust at 1500 feet. Any problems will climb runway heading. Low MSA here to 3000 feet. So there we are, that's reviewed. We'll just bring it to a stop at the whole point before I do the next set of checklists. Oh really? Ah, Felis! By the way, on the CF6, there's no need to turn off the PAX, but if I remember, checklist should not complain anyway. That is good to know, because it didn't complain, and I turned it off because that's what I'm used to doing in the 747-200. So I'll just get lined up here. Just bring her to a stop. There we are. Just set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
And I'll get the PAX back on then. So you can do a PAX on bleeds on departure with the newer variant of the CF6, the 502E. That's good to know. There you go, guys. Right then, so transponder to TARA. We'll run the checklist.
Transponder.
TARA.
Ignition. Off.
Does need to be on for this takeoff as well.
Landing lights and strobes.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
On it.
On. Body gear steering.
Yeah, skip that.
Before takeoff checklist.
Need to line
Let's
up.
see.
Oh, it's complete. Perfect. Next checklist is after takeoff. Great. So, I'll leave that here. Just remind me, VATSIM traffic turning final on runway 23. Thank you. I was just about to check the VATSIM map, 2 tons, but we'll go off your Air traffic controlling. Ah, well spotted. Very good. So we'll... there they are. So it's an easy jet. We'll wait until he's landed here as well. Very good. At least someone's observant. Haven't heard anyone on X-Pilot yet. Bordeaux traffic, Air France 74 Foxtrot, holding short, runway 23 for departure spin off. He's not Unicoming, that's for sure. Jump off and good too. Visual Air France 74 Foxtrot. Perfect. So he is on Unicom, he's doing everything properly. And thank God you guys are my eyes and ears when I'm flying virtually. Thanks for your subscription, Nubiando. Welcome on board. So, take off in the Felis. Line up. Take off. We're going to use the auto throttle to set the takeoff thrust setting. It's already set to takeoff dry. Light forward pressure. Release the nose at around 80 knots. V1 rotate. Gear up. And then we're going to climb runway heading to 1200 feet, and then I'll make a, let's say a right turn. It's pretty much directly behind me, unfortunately. But yeah, shortest direction told me a right turn direct to the Cognac VOR, which is active. So I'll just make a turn heading north initially, to the right, and once the VOR is aligned, I'll just route direct to the VOR and go from there. There's Alpine. And amazing, we've got 492 people watching. Very high number for a stream. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Enjoying the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date as we fly the pre-release copy of the Felis 742 freighter. Surface winds 140 at 13 as well, so we're going to have a crosswind from the left, so aileron into wind and right rudder to maintain centre line. Got a bit of a crab on, hasn't he? Or she? I really feel this. It should check itself. That's good to know, actually. Wait, hold on. Where'd that EasyJet go? Oh, see if he butters it.
Tack brake released.
Oh, he's floating. He's floating. Oh! Oh my goodness me. Keep on the centre line. He's down. Drishel, thank you very much for continued support as a member. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, windsock's going quite nicely. So Felis was mentioning if I go back here to the checklist. Well, I've already moved to the next one, but yes, good to know if you wait until you've lined up, then turn off the body gear steering. It will satisfy the checklist.
Alpine 590 Yankee November, runway 23 located.
Air France 74 Foxtrot, take off runway 23 Bordeaux, departure north. Alrighty. See how my lineup is in the freighter. I will bring it to a stop before I set takeoff thrust. There we are. I think we're looking pretty decent, guys. I'll take that any day of the week. Right, bring it to a stop. Okie dokie. So body gear steering to disarm. I've got the weather radar on. System 1 normal. +5 on the tilt. Are we ready for our 1 hour 40-minute flight to Glasgow Prestwick? Pressing run. Timing's on. Let's go.
Stabilized.
Perfect. Set takeoff thrust. There we are. Takeoff thrust set. Indications normal.
Thrust set.
Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Checked. Release forward pressure. We've got a little bit of a nose wheel bounce there.
V1,
Hands off.
rotate.
Up we go.
Positive weight.
Gears coming up.
Gear up.
And trim. No flight directors, who needs them? 20 degrees nose up and still accelerating. What a tank. Yes, guys! Alright, 1200 feet, let's lower the nose slightly to accelerate and start that right turn towards Cognac. I've already picked up the VOR. And there's 1500 climb thrust. Right, 10 degrees nose up seems a nice attitude to allow us to accelerate around 1000 feet per minute. Flaps to
Flaps 5.
5. Whoosh, that bank angle. Whoa, should go more than 25. There's 200 knots. Continue flat retraction.
Flaps 1.
Try not to descend. Just about leveled off. Flaps coming up. I'll bug 250.
Flaps up.
Good, we'll get the course lined up so we can route direct to Cognac VOR. There we are. Let's get the HSI lined up. Coming up to 250 knots. Oh, it's just so fun to fly. Just trimming nose down as we accelerate. Now inbound to Cognac, wings level. And we're rolling out, approaching 250 knots. Fantastic. She's all trimmed up now. Pitch up slightly to maintain 250. Fantastic. We're in the zone. Alright, let's match the heading bug so it doesn't start turning wildly when I put on the autopilot. So, autopilot's in. We're going to go to VS, outsell, coming to a flight level of 80, so set standard. 1013, lower the nose as we're just losing a bit of speed. We've got 3 to go, so 3,000 feet per minute. Set 2.5. I'm just going to set the auto throttle to maintain speed now, so this is to maintain 250 knots. And we'll do the after takeoff checklist. And INS, actually no, let's go to VOR initially. Vorloc's on, and Vorloc's engaged because we're already on the HSI. Right, after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist.
2 to go,
Ignition
set 2,000
off.
feet per minute.
Cabin signs as required. Landing lights. Let's see.
I'll wait till 10,000 feet. Skip.
Landing gear.
Working
Let's
on it.
see. Up, no lights, and off. Flaps. Up, no lights. Cargo door and unshaded lights. Extinguished.
Good.
APU bleeder switch.
Not used for takeoff.
Close. APU.
Just level off
shut
at
off.
80 for a short while.
Isolation valves. Both open.
Oh, it's got to
After
out
takeoff
cell.
checklist.
So it's captured.
Let's
This is like
see.
outer
1000
quite.
to level off.
After takeoff checklist, it's just the landing lights to come off, otherwise checklist is complete. Next is the descent and approach checklist. So we'll just level off at 80. Just check everything before we complete our climb further. What do you think, guys? Nice departure, wasn't it? So based on your sounds, it appears that you like this add-on to 2 tons. Absolutely. Right, standard set. Flight level 80. We're inbound to the first waypoint. Just check the pressurisation. Yeah, div's good, so we've got pressurisation 2.7. Cabin altitude slowly climbs set. Wonderful. And we're just leveled off at 80. So it's an omnidirectional departure, inbound towards Cognac now. There's no ATC today, so we're just going to update the INS. Waypoint change 01 insert. We can switch to INS now as well. So INS is engaged with nav. We'll switch this to INS2, which puts the heading bug down. There we are. And we'll continue climb to our cruiser flight level 300. 300 is set. Go to IS hold. That will disconnect the auto throttle and go to full M1. Or climb M1 anyway. There we are, climb M1 set. God, they spool up a lot quicker, the newer CF6s, don't they? So, oops, we should be on IS hold. Yeah, so it should be maintaining 250 knots. Gone a little bit beyond that. That's fine. God, how do I get that sound control thing in X-Plane 12 where you change master and so forth? It's called the B2 volume control. It's a Fly with Lewis script. But very useful to change the sounds whilst in the sim. Stephen was a fly by.
10,000.
Awesome. The kicking sounds the trim on this tank. Right, well, it's not doing a great job at holding the speed. I thought I had IS hold on. Anyway, we're going to go vertical speed. Oh my goodness me, max. We don't want that. And I don't want minus. That's going to make you feel a bit sick. Let's go to... Oh, hold on. How do I get positive VS? There we are. Oh no, hold on. That's minus. Ah, quick! Positive. I want to fly 327 knots. Remember, that was the optimum. So 327. Once we're there, we'll go IS hold again. Ah, perfect. I've got you, Felis. And autothrottle wants to go back on. You're right. I thought I had a bit high thrust. IS hold now. There we are. Oh, it's just not so different to the NG in many ways as well. There we are. So I've got full N1 climb thrust, IS hold, and our econ climb speed above 10,000 feet. Pre-cruise checks. Fuel. We've got 33.6 tons. We'll do a fuel check later on. Lights. Off. APU is off. Pressurization. Divs 4.5. Climbing set. Release the stowaways. There's no enunciated faults. Checks complete. Thanks, Felis. There we are. 1 hour, 10 minutes into the stream and climbing away from Bordeaux towards the Cognac VOR. Before we make our left turn northwest towards Jersey, Brecon, and onwards to Glasgow Prestwick, which does receive a lot of freight flights as it is. Yeah, the autothrottle clicked off because I selected, was it IS hold or VS? Ah, the source I got it. Selecting speed hold on the engine rating select panel. The IS pitch control mode automatically turns off autothrottle. There we are. Jamek, that's a great question. Is the main cargo deck pressurised? That's a great question. I think it is. There's the alert for the INS as we approach our first programmed waypoint. 1.8 minutes, 13 miles. It is perfect. Is the engine avionics change included as an option in the 200? Yes, so you can either have the conventional indications or the... what's the name of these indications? Just turn this down here slightly. Tape. We've got the tape gauges, which I'm not a fan of. But I'm using because it's new. Just don't like. It's NG, new generation. How are you doing, guys? All my Maddies, originally from Argentina. So they are full climb thrust and our econ climb speed of 320 odd knots, giving us around 2,000 feet per minute. So 6 hours behind live time, however we do have a live weather. Very nice here over the south of France. I think as we continue northbound, we've got here some SIGMETs for severe turbulence. Valid until 1900 Zulu, so that is valid. Got a band of rain to pass through here, sort of northern England. There's the rainfall radar, that's what we want. Oh, it's already on there. And actually Prestwick's looking a little bit clearer now. So weather at Prestwick, 10k, scattered and broken clouds, 10 degrees, 909. So definitely runway 12, that wind. No Ortho 4XP today, I'm afraid. Just with my very sensitive X-Plane 12 installation, where the slightest change seems to upset it. Very much running as much as possible a vanilla sim at the moment. Passing 20,000 feet. We'll maintain this climb speed or fixed indicated airspeed until we're doing Mach 0.85. Just put the weather tilt down as we climb. It does work now. If you shove the tilt down at -3, you'll get ground flutter. There you go. So I don't think you get a coloured display with weather on this. It's just different thicknesses of green. Quite like my modern weather radar. Careful, I wasn't expecting the freighter to be coming out for a while. I can't wait to pick this up out next week. That's as much as I've known from Felis. Tamago said a few days ago there was a storm and the planes got put on hold, circling around above my house. That was fun to watch. Very cool. Johnny Tanguro says it's drizzling in Dundumling. Is that sort of Ayrshire? Sounds about right. Gustavo, any nighttime lighting of the cargo version demonstration? When we land, if I remember, put it to live time, but I think light lighting is pretty good. Felis, one thing I did notice is the EPR gauge is a bit blurry. You've got M1 sort of there and EPR, I don't know if that's correct. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, the window's a bit square, of course. You know, modelling of the aircraft and X-Plane. It's probably never going to be quite as good as you can get in Microsoft Flight Sim, but overall it's fine for me. Hello, Mr. J. Dickshman. Hope you're doing well. Source Spitfire question mark. United manual says takeoff is done with one pack open, unless performance is required. Usually it makes note of any differences for the JT9D models. Am I missing something with packs off takeoff? Probably different tables available for packs off. You're always going to get much more performance. No, there should be no EPR. That should be M1 now, I guess. Very good, Felis, and Felis is here just to observe any little quirks and things, but overall it's working really nicely. How's the volume for you guys anyway watching the stream? Am I too quiet, too loud? Sound quite loud to me, but I think probably alright for you watching. Oh, Jamie, is that you in the 7.5 that departed ahead? Very good. Sim and Climb Flight Sim, has any developer apart from ZebraMod approached you to help develop aircraft for flight sims? I've been asked questions a lot, especially about the 737 series. I have no time to dedicate to directly developing an aircraft these days. It's all good. Perfect, guys. Thank you. Just turning off things in the background. Tamago, what video games have you been playing lately? I haven't had any time. I have got Battlefield 6. I did play it a little bit a couple of days ago on my before I went back to work today, and it's good. It's quite. I mean, I haven't played these games in years, but I quite enjoyed it. Take it the CF6s were a bit more fuel efficient than the old JT8s. I'm getting confused with these engines. The JT8s, what engines are those guys? Are those CF6s? Are they a variant of? Don't know. We might need your help later, Captain, to get this bird out to New Sky. Yes, you tell me what you need and I'll send those things over. So I know this will be a popular aircraft for you guys. Nenko Snack, hi Captain, is it stressful flying with new FOs, line training as a captain? Is there more workload? Yeah, there is a higher workload, and there is a higher degree of stress, I'd say, but it's about managing that. When a cadet starts line training, you have a safety pilot initially, and the safety pilot is only released when you're able to sort of get the aircraft you know, operating under time pressure, you can land safely, take off safely, and a few other sign-off requirements. So, yeah, I'd say, depending on the standard, which is generally very good, because they've passed the sim check and they're given additional training if they're not at the required standard. But yeah, there is additional higher workload available. You just have to be very, very vigilant, that's all. I've actually looked at my roster. I haven't done much line training recently. There's been a little bit of a drop-off in line training at my rates the last few months, but I am doing some line training in the next few weeks, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah, JT9's the Pratt & Whitney. Yeah, so these are General Electric engines, CF6s. There is a Pratt & Whitney variant available. Are they available yet for the Felis?
to level
I
off.
think so. One to go. So I'll leave it in climb thrust when we level off because I want to accelerate to 0.85, but I might cruise climb a bit higher here. JT9D slightly older than the CF6, the same generation, no 66 371. Roger. Yeah, the JT8s were the tiny end. Yeah, the cigarette engines. Oh, confusing. Not very good with my engines. There, I leveled off. You know what? Sometimes not having auto, the pain it is to download and install, it's not a big issue. I mean, it looks alright. My little flyby here at 30,000 feet. Yeah, I'd only probably get it if it was a summer's day and it's really clear. It'll do for today. Right, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6. We'll get to 8.5 and then we'll go to Mach hold on the auto throttle. There we go. Auto throttle's now going to maintain Mach 0.85. Yes, Gustavo, thank you. JT8, oh sorry, JT8D is the one, the cigarette engine about the DC9 72732. The JT9D is in the 748-300, and that was surpassed by the Pratt & Whitney 4000. Confusing. Thanks though. Yeah, these are tape displays. Check them out. Absolutely horrible, but great to have this option. See, the M1 here is a digital gauge, and then you've got your also a tabular base one. Wait, what's this? What's this indication? I don't even know what this indication is. Oh no, it's the top of this white bar. Yeah, 95, 96 got you. Horrible. So these indications, whoever designed this one was a good idea. They quickly changed it as we approached the 21st century. N2 spinning up at 95, 100%. Fuel flow. That'll be tons. Thousands of kilos. 3 tons an hour. Wait, times 100? No, it's not 300 kilos an engine, that's for sure. Otherwise, it would be a lot more at 3 tons an hour. The orange one's the max M1 limit. Ah, got you. Horrible, horrible design. Not yours personally, Felis, the actual, you know, whoever decided to build them. There you go, there's more accurate fuel flow gauges here. Just the M1's slowly adjusting as we level off. Better tune the Jersey VOR and do a fuel and time check when we get there. 112.2. Yeah, it's in range. Again, as it's old school, you should get the idents really before using the beacon. So we're looking for a dash, dot, dash, 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 3 dots, dash, dot, dash, dash, dash. Yeah, that was definitely a Yankee at the end. Sort of overlapping. Sounds good to me. We'll continue navigating towards Jersey. 12.2 on your side too as well, Jim. There we go. And the cargo is locked down and secure. Look, it's loads more space available, but we have gone max weight. We cannot actually get any more cargo in this aircraft. We're at our maximum zero fuel weight. I have no idea what's in there. Frog's legs. croissants. Very good. Caution. Ryanovsky, yeah, I think it's a physical table that moves inside the gauge. It's not digital, so that's actual tape in there, the real aeroplane. Should have the flight directors on, really. There we are. Any dangerous cargo to declare? No dangerous goods today. Which reminds me, I've got some e-learning to do on dangerous goods for our annual dangerous goods retraining for the very occasional time we carry dangerous goods. The only dangerous goods we can carry at my operator are aircraft parts in the whole, but it does mandate you have to do mandatory dangerous goods training annually. Source Spitfire, I've been wanting a higher 0 fuel weight 747-200 for ages, so I'm glad it's finally here. I mean, we are loaded, guys. And here's the operational flight plan, which is what we've got in the aircraft. 0 fuel weight, max 0 fuel weight 267.6. If we go here to load, don't think you can see it here, can you? You can see the different zones and weights. Sorry, total 0 fuel weight. There you are. Maximum 267,619, actual 267,272. At 300 kilos below the maximum 0 fuel weight. We are loaded up today. Now there's nods down there. So the LTN GPS then, which I've been fearful to try for a long time, does that give you the ability to fly complex RNAV arrivals? Sort of like point merge RNAVs, you have to put each waypoint in. Can you select a star? I need to have a look into it. Alright, Cat, I have to do chemical waste disposal each year. I work in a data centre. Or clinical waste disposal. Oh, lovely. Nick said I did my DG training today for ground ops personnel. It didn't help that I was sleeping. Felis, the full load should be literally full of containers. Another fixed to add to my list. Yeah, I've just double checked. I mean, that's the load sheet there, but I'm pretty sure we selected 100%. Well, it would be, but 100%. No one in the top deck, but you can see it. Yeah, did I load all the zones? How can you tell? And yeah, the payload 110.2. That's the maximum. Lucas, those engine tapes remind me of the engine instruments on the Citation Bravo that I fly. You get used to them. Oh no, I think it's a horrible way of monitoring engine indications. Horrible. That's why they went back to round gauges. Spurious Project, in regards to the LTN 90, yes, kinda, you need to manually each waypoint on the star will give lateral guidance. Swing climb, if you could fly any other aircraft than the 73, what would it be? Oh, Airbus, just curious. That's all. Just for a day. Luke, at least had digits to the M1 variants, that's true. I mean, we have digits here, I mean, albeit on a round style gauge. But you can see the M1's very high. 100 and, well, look, it's got over 100, so it's 104. That's spinning quick, that fan blade. DC-10 had tapes as well. Interesting. Manual physics. These education stay in the same place and like the Max. You get used to a transfer instrument display. My operator PF has the engine instruments on their ND. Or on their PFD, so. No, wait, ND. It doesn't have an ND, it's an inboard display. The LTN also gives you headaches, anxiety, general. I'm surprised my GB hasn't tried prescribing to it yet. Brilliant. Maybe I'll use it on a route which is quite simple. 0321 short. Love someone to develop a DC-10 in any sim. Somehow it never seems to get any love from developers. It's a very niche aircraft, and you have to sort of ask, you know, is enough people going to get that to make it viable? I mean, the 747-200 is very niche as well, but it's, I think it'd be more popular than a DC-10. Big person, .k, yeah, release will be next week. It was penned in for next week by Felis. Welcome to the channel. I've seen you here in the stream before. MD-11 had them as well. I'm guessing the first gen MD-11s. It's the one we've flown, the rotate, the TFDI, and the digital display. "86 miles till we get to Jersey, 9.8 minutes. Temperature outside -43. Looks like the standby altimeter's not calibrated. So, same. Oh no, I actually set the wrong pressure. Nothing to see here. 1013. It's calibrated. Big person loving the CF6 sounds. Very nice. General Electric CF6s. I've been learning a lot today. Greiser, do you have a Tupolev stream lined up? That Tupolev, which I landed in Duxford 5 years ago, is a very valid reason as to why I flew to Duxford. It's to fly it never virtually again. It's now a museum piece. Now, Felis is here. They're obviously the developer of the original Tupolev 154. It's no longer in development. I believe someone's taken Felis's add-on, as he's made it sort of public domain, or whatever the word is, and someone has made it X-Plane 12 compatible. So potentially something to look at in the future. Jake, YouTube said digital tapes is an option. Digital tapes? Oh. Hello, Joss and Trouble 7. Do you like it? Yeah, this is a super add-on. We're sat here in the cruise, flying just towards the English Channel, whatever the French call it. Air France pilots would be calling it the English Channel, that's for sure. Yeah, it's just a continuation of already what was one of my favourite add-ons in X-Plane. Beautiful. Fokker 7100's got digital tapes, I think. Oh no! Oh, turn my music up ever so slightly. Was the 747-200 ever retrofitted with winglets? Hello FPT9694, hi captains. VNAV speed basically just level change, but it respects the restrictions in the FMC. Kinda, yeah. VNAV speed, it will pitch from whatever speeds in the speed window on the MCP or on the MCP, and yes, if it's an at above restriction you're descending to, it will respect it. So yeah, essentially. Hello Bomb Tank, thank you to whoever gifted a membership to me. I was away from the computer. It was probably last stream where we had about 50 gifted members. Oh, look at that shot. Love the lighting in the sim. That's lovely, look at that. Steve M, the French call the English channel La Manche, which translates to the sleeve. Stupid name. This name is thought to refer to the body of water's shape, which gradually narrows from west to east, apparently. So Mango, why did they choose to make the 747-200 add-on specifically and not the 100 or 300? That's one for Felis, but I think the 200 is more numbers of the 200 were built than both the 100 and 300. There you go, Jake, YouTube, most produced classic model. I'd love to see an SP, special performance. No winglets not beyond testing, never possible, because it would have had a wingspan of the A380. Well, there you go. Just 100 sucks, 300 is okay. Oh, fair enough. Awesome. Now back in the business end, coming into a little bit of cloud ahead. Scotty, what do you use for Ortho? Once it's decided on it to use Ortho and say intentions, I'll be flying much more X-Plane 12. Well, right now I have no Ortho installed for today's stream. This is just stock X-Plane 12. My X-Plane 12 is very delicate at the moment. It has been for the last 2 months. I've done clean installs of the sim, and my issue is basically, it's very unique, I can't find anyone that's got the same issue. You press start flight and I'd say 50-50 chance whether the flight will actually start. It usually hangs on reading scenery files. It does that with a vanilla version of the game with nothing installed, or even with things installed. And what happens next is I quit the sim, reboot the PC, load the exact same flight details, change nothing, and it loads and starts. And Laminar Research have not been helpful. I emailed them, said no, just they said start the sim in safe mode. That was their only response, and then remove plugins as required until find out what's not working. When I said this happens to the vanilla version, they never replied. So, but yeah, I don't know. It happened before the start of this stream. Just closed down X-Plane, relaunched the computer. The only difference I made was I didn't load it in X-Organize. I loaded the default X-Plane from scratch because I had no scenery installed anyway, and it works. So. Anyway, I digress. Source Info says apparently a 747-200 was used to test blend winglets before they became a standard option. One of the test articles is on display at the entrance to the Museum of Flight in Seattle, somewhere I've been. Probably walked straight past. Didn't realise. Isaac, yeah, it's quite unique. I found one other person who had something similar on the X-Plane forum, but no one replied to him. I actually posted on his forum to see if he fixed the issue. Didn't reply, and I've got other people just standard response stuff from you know, have you tried it with no add-ons, blah blah blah. Crypto, is there some graphical updates also with the freighter? I think the cockpit's pretty standardised 200, but obviously there's changes to all the different systems and everything in relation to the cargo door and the main deck of the cargo as well. Rhinosky, did you ever report a bug? Yeah, I wrote to Laminar directly. They just disappointingly sent the standard copy and paste response of remove everything and then reinstall everything one by one, but it happens with vanilla versions. We digress today. I think Redanzo, that's the PWGCO, said in an interview today that the 738 for 2024 is coming out before the end of 2025. That's good to know. Manuel, I have heard of the Nimbus 707, very exciting. I've not seen their latest video though. So we're sitting in a bit of cloud up here at 30,000 feet. Might do a little step climb momentarily, but just before we do that, let's just do a little fuel check as we fly over the island of Jersey. There we are. So Jersey, we're there in a minute. We're going to do our fuel and time checks now, so we should be there 38 minutes into the flight, 35, so we saved a bit of time. We've got fuel on board, should have 19 tonnes. Is that with the additional fuel? Yeah, it should be. So yeah, so I think there needs to be an updated Simbury flight plan because this is based off the older engine. It's right now at Jersey. We should have 18.9 tons. I've got 26.6. No, I didn't take any additional fuel on top of flight plan fuel. That already included the extra. So we are saving a lot of fuel here, much more than I'd expect to do at Jersey. So we've saved here sort of 7 tons. Fuel used here. It's about 2.8 per engine, isn't it? Let's just call it 2.8. Calculator says we should have put 11.2 tons of fuel with 11.8. Why is that so different then? 8? Fuel use is pretty close. Not sure. It says we should have been 11.8, we've been 11.2, so... Well, we've got about an extra ton on board. But compared to this is saying an extra 7 tons, but the fuel burn is pretty much the same. We definitely had... Oh, this is a different flight plan. That's an old flight plan, 340. Oh, that's the one I used earlier. Coming back. Hold on. That's better, flight level 300. Let me do that again. Jersey, that's more like it. Jersey, 38 minutes. Just gone right over the top. It's about 37, and now the okay, so we should have 25.9 tons, 26.3. That's more like it. 400 kilo difference. Fuel burnt 11.9, and what did we say it was? 2.9 times 4, wasn't it? 11.6. Yeah, that's more like it. The fuel plan is actually very accurate, even though there isn't one for this aircraft type. Henry Handel, shame you couldn't have flown this on to Kemble. Well, actually, my last Felis 747-200 stream I did last Wednesday, or last week, was into Kemble. I would have been a bit silly going into it again a week later with the exact same aircraft. What's the flight time? 1 hour 40, airborne for 40 minutes, so about an hour to go. Captain, what's the highest line level you've flown in 7.3? It's maximum certified 410. Not that uncommon. You know what, I might just do a little step right here. Where can you see maximum altitudes? Is it some sort of table I need to check? What have we got here? Gross weight. What's our current gross weight? Let's do some work in the engineer panel. Let's call it 300 tons. What's the ISO temperature here? +5. Call it +10. So +10. 300 tons. 370 apparently. Long range cruise. We should be at even. Let's go to 3.6. Look. Gross weight. Cruise thrust limits. 315 tons. ISO +10. 305 ISO +15. Oh, let's go up to 3.6. So what we'll do, save a bit of fuel, can't we? Bit bumpy here, look. This is the X-Plane Turbulence G-loaded camera. It's really cool. So if you're new to X-Plane, guys, I love Microsoft Flight Sim, as you well know, but there's no, unfortunately, turbulence forecast when you fly into sort of stratus-style or high-altitude clouds, or even cumulus clouds. In X-Plane, if you fly from clouds, you do get turbulence, which is really nice. Right, yeah, that should be on our hold, but put that in now. So we'll set 360. So 360 set. We can now go to N1. IS. And just make sure I've got N1 selected. So it's full climb thrust set, I think. Yeah, the throttle's on. Yeah, so it's IS hold and it's just beginning to pitch up. It'll be a very shallow climb because we're maintaining 850 knots. So what I might just do is use VS and just dial it up. slightly. So I'm actually going a bit fast, 0.864. Just get out of this cloud as well. Jake, YouTube said, was it MK Pilot? MK, Milton Keynes. What does that stand for? He used to make great videos. He passed away many years ago. His videos were great. His channel was called Baleka. Still watch a few from his time. Oh, very cool. I'm sorry to hear that he passed away. Oh, we've got plenty of performance here. 2,000 feet per minute on set. Welcome, Apple Hi Pi. Thank you for your subscription. There we are. Look, that's just taking us out the cloud to a smoother ride. Very nice. Is Mac mode quite high by now? Yeah, you're right. I should have been using Mac hold in the climb. There we are. Just going to lower the nose slightly to maintain 0.85. Great. The higher you go, the more fuel you save. What's the wind doing here? We've got 214 at 76. Oh, we've got a good tailwind here. What's our ground speed? 540 knots. We're shifting here. Nice. It's great fun to fly these classic jetliners in desktop sims. Just reliving the old times, simpler times. There you go. My maximum indicator airspeed's dropping off as we climb. I'll bug the speed so it's close to the indicated airspeed, which represents Mach 0.85 in the cruise. One to go. Oh no, 3.36, a little bit high. Don't know why it filed me at 300 to be fair. Sim brief was quite low. Down to 25 tons of fuel. We need 10 or 9.9 tons to divert to Edinburgh. Take care, Source Spitfire. Thank you very much for tuning in. Oh, that's true actually, Hawaii. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say simpler, no. It's actually far more complex times with a higher workload, but life generally was simpler. Rayman, does anyone simulate HF radio comms in flight sims across the pond or anything like that? The thing is, HF is just isn't used really, Rayman, these days. It's used as backup and you tune the HF frequency.
Level off.
And you just have cell call. So you just sort of tune up. Apple Hype says, can you show the overhead panel? Absolutely. There you go. Flight control systems here, yaw damper. Not too dissimilar layout to the 7.3. Yaw damper controls, auto brakes up here. It's a bit of an unusual place. Gear controls, lighting. Alternate gear extension, ignition, fire switches. Radios, icing. There you go, circuit breakers are up there. 360 back to Mach hold again. So the autothrottle will maintain Mach 0.85. Spurious Podge, yeah, we have HF fitted and obviously cell call on the aircraft which do it, but we have very few aircraft which are certified for the oceanic sector to the Azores or the sometimes the Canary Islands. I've never done it, I'm not trained to do it. There we are, 36,000 feet. Didn't need to download those ortho tiles today. I've seen anything. Oh my god, X-Plane, what in the world is that? This is a very... Right. It's the straightest line I've ever seen on any cloud. And I'm not sure what they are, they look like seat cushions. Still fine-tuning. Alright, look, just approaching the south coast of the UK. Weymouth. Preston Supermare, right over the top of Cardiff towards the Brecon VR. Actually, I should tune the Brecon VR now. 11745. Oh gosh, where are we going? Whoa! I think that might be just X-Plane updating the weather or something there. There was a rapid change in altitude. Our Brecon VR is tuned. Yes, Steve, the clouds are a little weird in X-Plane 12. Still being refined. Yeah, because you fly on Earth. Brilliant. Felis, need to be careful what I say that. As I was watching the missionary bush pilot, they do use HF quite a lot, as VHF is not reliable in the mountains. Of course, VHF is line of sight. Because HF bounces off the ionosphere, the atmosphere. Two times you could screenshot it and send it to Lambda to help them refine the weather generation. But you could screenshot it. I mean, I've asked them for help with my sim. Just standard answer. I'm not emailing them now. Seems to have sorted itself out now. I mean, it's a bit interesting. This is a bit interesting here. Space FFXP, it'll be out next week. Date, not sure, but Felis is working on a release for next week. Grisor, what would the rapid decompression memory items be right now? What in the 747-200? I can tell you for the 7.3, what do you think, guys, is the most important thing you need to do in the event of a rapid depressurization? The first thing. Hello from the Netherlands, Antonio. Good day to you. Generating serious clouds has always been a challenge in the sim. Very good. Quite your plane, your choice. Put the oxygen on. That's great. So the 7.3, yeah, immediately headset off, mask on, headset on, establish crew communications, and then the drill. Captain B becomes pilot flying. FO pilot monitoring. FO tries to control the pressurization, so pressurization mode selector to manual close outflow valve. If the cabin altitude in excess of 10,000 feet was clearly uncontrollable, we'll then initiate the rapid descent. So back to the captain. He'll announce emergency descent 3 times. Lower altitude level change. Close thrust levers. Speed brake. Set VMO, MMO, or limit speed if damage is suspected. And then respond to FO actions essentially. 2 to go. Bug 250. 1 to go. Stow speed brake. FO continuing on from 1. He's trying to depressurize. He'll turn on anti-icing as required, lighting as well, squawk 7700 TA, declare Mayday, get the QRH out, start the rapid depressurization, cabin altitude warning alert checklist, and then the emergency descent checklist. There you go. This aeroplane, the same, but more switches. But yeah, quite right, O2 masks. Time of useful consciousness at high altitude is very low. FBT once back down test. Breathability of air by having FO take off his mask always makes me laugh. Yes, I think that's quite standard Boeing. So yeah, FBT's made a really good point. When you level off at 10,000 feet or the cabin altitude's below 10,000 feet, captain keeps control and the FO removes his mask to put his headset back on. And the joke is that it's always the FO just has a sniff, make sure it's okay, we can breathe. Captain still stays safe with his mask on. Love it. Space exact release date, I don't know. Felis, no doubt, will provide more information. It's like the canary in the coal mine. Welcome Flyboy 321, currently studying ATBL air law. This is a nice break. Oh, shocking. Can't quite see. I can just about see my air law books. Do you want to see one of my Oxford Aviation Academy? I'll get my air law book. Hold on, I just want to see how it's changed. It's all jar ops, I think, in there. It's old. Hold on. Check this out, guys. Oxford Aviation Academy, Air Law, 5th edition. I started my ATPL ground school in 2009. Oh my goodness me, look at all the highlights. No way. This is all old. My goodness me. Aircraft category. RNAV approach procedures. It's amazing reading all this now. Holding. Oh yeah, sorry, you guys were meant to be looking. So it's great, you had all the answers in the back, look. So you had little quizzes. See, I got some wrong. See if I can answer any here. A few can. Unless otherwise prescribed by the appropriate air traffic authority, the horizontal radar separation minimum is how many nautical miles? 2.5, 5, 3 or 2? See if anyone here knows it. Josiah, correct. 5 nautical miles. Very good. You an air traffic controller? God. Airlaw wasn't too bad. It was just the sort of. Oh yeah, I mean it looks so different now. Obviously, doing these all the time. Applicability of rules of the air. The Chicago Convention. Oh. Visual warning lights. Boundary markers. Obstacle clearance. It's really interesting actually. I might have a flip through. But the thing is, it's outdated. So this is complies with GAA JAR OPS. It's EASA now. It's old. Amazing. So much has changed. So much has changed. Welcome, your Sim CFI. I hope you're doing well. You'd be more into that. Airlaw. Felis, don't want to release it knowing there is unfinished work. It should be more or less done. Perfect. So the plan, Felis, I believe you stated to me earlier, was next week. We've noticed a few tiny little bit of areas of polishing needed, but as far as I can see, you know, I've flown this earlier and today, and it's been just as enjoyable as it was to fly your passenger variant as well. And there's enough changes here to really satisfy a lot of people. Great decision to come up to 36,000 feet. Look at that. Oh, flat. Oh well, brakes. I really don't know. So we are. Oh look, we're just about to fly right at the beacon. Look, see the needle dropping, so you can see the INS waypoint program to the next one, which is. Wind information. Let's go to distance time. 24 minutes away, 220 miles. So that's really amazing. That's just to show you how small aviation is. We're going from Wales to Scotland, Turnberry, 24 minutes away. It's just incredible, really. So I did some calculations earlier from 34,000 feet. We're at 36,000 feet, and we want to be at Turnberry at 6,000 feet, or a little bit higher is fine. So yeah, easy maths that is. We're at 36,000 feet, we need to get down to 6,000 feet. So we need to lose 30,000 feet, times up by 3 is 90. So 90 miles from Turnberry, that's where I want to be at 6,000 feet. Be a little bit higher, that's fine. And that's for the procedural arrival, which is 6,000 feet, and then we can go outbound straight away onto the RLS. This is why I chose this destination today. It's got great transitions from the south via Turnberry to both runways, where you can route conventionally if there's no ATC. So we'll start setting up for descent shortly. 190 miles, well, this is 190, that's 100 miles from top of descent. Greetings, Toga LK, hope you're doing well. But yeah, it's been a fun flight so far. Everything's just ticking along nicely. Should really do another fuel check as we fly over Brecon. Again, I've got the operational flight plan here on the tablet, my Avi tab. So Brecon VOR. ...55 minutes airborne, 55 exactly, fuel check, 22.4 tonnes of fuel. We've got 22.2, so we've burned a bit extra. That makes sense because we climbed up to a higher cruise altitude, 6,000 feet higher. So to have burned 200 kilos extra, we'll make that saving when we start our descent earlier. And we've should have burned 15.5 tonnes of fuel. So 15.5, let's call it 4 tonnes aside. 4, 8, 16. So yeah, about an extra 400-500 kilos burnt. Makes sense. So all good. Jake YouTube varies. American. I always laugh when I hear British tourists think they could drive across the US for a day trip. Yes. What does it take to go from one coast to the other in America? What's it be like 3 or 4 days with stops at least? But yeah, you could drive from north to south. I mean, there's a big difference between Land's End here. Sorry, Land's End at the top here and John O'Groats. That's a really long drive, but yeah, from the north to the south tip, flying 45 minutes at this speed. Small country, big history. 45 hours driving. Woof. That's a big drive. That's a big drive. So we're on VATSIM. No ATC. So this would be an upper London sector. Here, let's have a little look at the situation online. Online networks. Oh, very little ATC. You've got Shannon online, but we're not using their airspace. And Glasgow's online. That's the main international airport, so in the city, but Prestwick to the Glasgow Prestwick to the south is unmanned at this time. There's that 7.5 DHL. They're doing 523 knots ground speed. We're doing 547, so it's going quite fast actually. But yeah, I know where it will be busy. Schnell. Frankfurt, they're always busy. That's just crazy. Germany, they love it in German. Germany, they love it. I mind, does Navigraph have VATSIM integration now? It does Spurious Podge, it's in beta and it's generally quite accurate. Chrysler, well, the famous Cannonball race goes from LA to New York. The record's 25 to 30 hours, they would have had their foot down. I remember watching the original Cannonball film with it's the guy with the moustache, I always forget his name, the actor. It had Roger Moore in it, didn't it? That was a real ensemble cast. Burt Reynolds sex, that was the guy. Good job my Ortho didn't work. I tried to download the tiles today, but I couldn't connect to the server. I was on the German server DE. You know when it tries to get the OSM data, just kept timing out. Took 2 after 2 hours. I downloaded 3 tiles. It's like, I'll just do no tiles. But none of it mattered today because it's not very nice over the UK. There we are. Sarge grabbing the weather for Prestwick. Is Nightbot going to play ball today? Been a bit slow recently. See how loud this add-on is. Look how far I've turned the exterior sounds down. Nightbot's slow. Sorry, Josiah plays, only listening to mods today. Wait, maybe it's set. Let me just have a look at Nightbot settings. Got it set to mods only. Oh, I need to verify on my mobile device that it's me. Have a double check. hope it's not working with... Let's having a look here. Commands... No, it should be working. Everyone. Don't know. Steve, that can hold a few tons of freshly baked baguettes. It sure can. It's a lovely livery though. It's very clean. Oops. The engine's spooling down. That's not very reassuring. So I can play with the camera controls. Very cinematic experience. There, yeah, it's working there. Unbelievable. Gustavo talking to Felis. I can see not only in the 747 but in a lot of add-ons with the thrust going up and down in cruise. I know it's related to explain weather. Yeah, that's a good point. I've noticed that as well. Usually the engines are quite stable and the winds constantly change, but it's something a lot of add-ons have to do in X-Plane 12. You can hear the engines changing there. Very nice external model though. And this had a 110-ton cargo carrying capacity. I mean, the 777 freighter, which we flew, the new 777 freighter, which Boeing make, I think only has a lifting capacity of 100 tons, but obviously that burns half the amount of fuel. This can carry a little bit more, but at a much larger running cost. Very nice. LFSX wants to hand fly, I think. I saw an earlier comment. The order pilot shall go off passing 150. Right. I'll see. That looks real. That looks super realistic. Awesome. Alright, so we've got 100... Oh my goodness me, we haven't got long to go, guys. 14 minutes till we're to Turnberry and top of descent is 40 miles away. Look how far we've travelled. North Wales, going over Colin Bay and Lulando, or Lulundo, I can never pronounce that place. We were thinking of going on holiday there a few days ago, but we ended up going to the Lake District. We went near Penrith and Lake Ulster. Ulster's this one, I think, if I zoom in. Ulster. Very nice, beautiful time. I'd recommend the Lake District to anyone. Right, so there isn't a huge amount of setting up you can do because it's all conventional navigation on the way in here. So if I go here to Prestwick approach, get the weather. So 090 at 7, so definitely landing. If I go to here, info runway, favouring runway 12 with a 4-knot headwind and a slight crosswind. And the star was sort of flying a little bit, not really, but the a blacker one. No, we're not going in via black. It's not even flying this. We're routing direct to the Turnberry VOR. But there is holding if we're not cleared to go straight in there. But what we're going to do is go and fly the Turnberry transition, which, as I mentioned earlier, is one of the reasons I chose this arrival or airport, is because it has these conventional transitions, which is great for aircraft like the Felis 742. So what we're going to do is continue routing direct to Turnberry, which in fact I'll tune that VOR now, 1175. There we go, it's active. 1175. Now on my test sector, it picked this up very late, only about 50 miles away, so it will need to continue using INS navigation until I pick up the VOR. Once we're there, we go outbound on this track of 340. Minimum hold altitude 6,000 feet. That's why I mentioned earlier, we'll aim to be at around 6,000 feet at Turnberry. If we're a bit higher, it doesn't matter, because I have this 12-mile sector to continue losing altitude as required. We can then descend to 4,000 feet, and then once we're 14 miles from Turnberry, the The minimum altitude is 2,000 feet. We can start that turn onto the localizer. So I'll quickly update the courses and ILS frequencies to 1103 and 123. 2,000 feet is the platform altitude to intercept the ILS at 6 miles. And the minimums for this aircraft, which we'll call it as Category D, 251 feet. So what we'll do is change the... Felis, question, is there a way of getting the minimums call to be based off barometric altitude, or can you only get the minimums call off the RA? I'll set 213 feet in non-standard. You wouldn't set radio altitude for a Cat 1 ILS, but it's just to ensure that we get the minimums call. But obviously any undulating terrain is going to impact that. And it's low elevation here, and we're going to be easily visual today anyway. So once we get onto the ILS localizer, let's have a little read here. ILS DME radar required, ranges are given outside of distances here. Glide slot not to be used for coupled approaches, okay, below 238 feet. So that's why there's no auto land. 550 meters RVR, no issue today. So yeah, great transition. There's an NDB on the field which we need to tune because the missed approach is quite complex. Up to 3,000 feet, straight ahead to 2,500 feet. Once you're there, it's a right turn back to the beacon to hold at 3,000. What a fantastic missed approach. Max 210 knots. But we'll tune that beacon anyway, 355 on the ADF. Oh, it's active from my test sector. Fantastic. So, that's the performance complete. I'll catch up in chat in a second. Let's just get this set up here. So, runway 12, 2,987 metres. Landing distance available. Take off run, there we are. Beyond threshold 2,743 metres. So what we'll do here is go to landing. Perth, landing performance, Echo Golf Papa Kilo, enter. Runway 12, there we are, it's got the adjusted landing distance available, 2738, beyond threshold, select. So you can read sim weather, so this takes the weather from the ground on the METAR. We'll put damp then, runway slope is in, 0.3 up, this is a great addition, Felis now. And the landing weight is saying it'll be 274 tonnes. Right now it's 286, that makes sense, before we're going to burn before landing. So minimum, it's going to use up every inch of runway. Let's just have a look here. We need to vacate here at Quebec. But you know what? We could go minimum 2619 because medium is way too short. We've got to get to Quebec anyway. Oh, let's just use minimum, and I'll have to brake manually if override it if I'm going too long. So auto brake minimum, and then that's it. You just leave it there, and that's only to arm for takeoff. Spoilers auto reverses all. You can change it here, 2 engines look, none. We use all. Great. And then we'll vacate at Quebec, which I presume is suitable for a 742. And on the apron here, I've seen a 747 parked there in real life, so that's where we'll go. There we are, jet's complete. And I've passed my top of descent. That was meant to be at 90 miles. I'm 10 miles before. Uh-oh. Let's go down. I'll have to use a bit of speed brake and time distance calculations, but Turnberry, 6,000 feet, it's above the MSA, so let's go out hold, set 6,000 feet, top of descent, ladies and gentlemen, is behind us, there we are, and we're going to disconnect the auto throttle, turn it off, IS hold, out sail, it's going to start pitching for our current bug speed, which is about 290 knots. That's idle. Let's see if I need to add some thrust. I don't know if there's sufficient bleed air available on this engine. Certainly not with the older CF6s, so you have to add thrust sometimes. Right, so 8 minutes to go. Obviously we're going to slow down in the descent as we maintain a fixed indicated airspeed. So we can do a bit of mental maths. We need to lose from 35,000 feet, 6,000 feet. I mean, if we were to maintain the present speed, 29,000 feet in 8 minutes, we need to do 3,600 feet per minute. We're doing about 2,000. Let's get a little bit of speed brake out. I'll do about 3.5. That should be sufficient. Get rid of that. Engine anti-ice coming on as well soon. flight D10. There we are. Great, so engine anti-ice on. Do I need to put the ignition to flight start for engine anti-ice? I'll be conservative and say yes. It's only because I'll fly the 7-3. Scons88, 5 months as a member. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Cheers, he says. Cheers to you as well. Thank you very much. Uh-oh, low end 1, so I'm going to have to add a bit of thrust here. That's because of the demand of the engine anti-ice. Oh, there we are. I don't want to add any more thrust than I have to. So I think that's a combination of demands of engine anti-ice and bleed at low end ones. There we go, let's come back on again. So again, just add a bit of thrust, bit of light turbulence in the clouds. And we've got the Turnberry VOR active now, so we'll get the nav aids for that. So Tango Romeo November is dash dot dash dot dash dot. Here comes the dash. That doesn't sound like Tango Romeo November. I don't know it more, so I'm just seeing it here. That was Tango Romeo November right at the end. Don't know what that is. But this is now Tango Romeo November. Listen. There we go. I don't know what the first Morse is. Am I getting 2 Morse codes through? Maybe it's DME. Not sure. Anyway, I'm pretty confident it's the correct VOR. Right distance, nav aids are dinging. There we are, that's a better rate of descent now with 290 knots of speed brake, 3,500 feet per minute. I love the turbulence effects in the cloud here. A bit more thrust with the low M1. Ooh, a bit of light chop, guys. That's great. Got a little bit of a wing view there. Oh, a horrible, horrible view. Into England and Scotland we go. More low N1, adding thrust. Better put the seatbelt sign on actually, for any stowaways. So passing 25,000 feet, we'll just again do that little mathematics. So 25,000 feet, want to level off at 6,000 feet. So we need to lose 19,000 feet, we'll be there in 6 minutes. So rate of descent now is around 3,200 feet per minute. Yeah, that's roughly what we're doing, and that will further lower, obviously, as our ground speed decreases as we maintain a fixed indicated airspeed. So you can see here, look, ground speed is this digit, it's slowly dropping. Tower's online, that's great. We'll tune that on standby. Perfect, that's on standby. Let's do a little flyby, not that we'll see much, I'm in there somewhere. Oh, there you go. That's proper IMC. Love that the sim for this. Oh, look at that, popping out the side of the cloud. Oh, amazing, look at that. Whoa, I can see the lights. Superb. Right, we can take the engine anti-ice off now. Again, regarding the flight start being off, 100% sure on that one. Well, I'll keep the speed brake extended because we were late descending. Let's just do the descent checklist.
Descent checklist.
Pressurization set. Landing data.
Weather radar is on,
Hold on.
but I should probably point it down there. What does it want? Landing data, bugs. Oh, I never said the bugs, did I? Did I? I thought I did. Performance coach landing set bugs. Felis, I don't know if you're still around, buddy. How do I satisfy the checklist for landing? That's a new one. Landing data, bug set. Not sure. I'll skip it. I'm pretty sure it's good.
Fuel. Let's see.
That needs to be open. Also, how do I satisfy the fuel set for landing? I've opened my reserve valves to feed in fuel to main tank 1 and 4, but it's still not happy. I might need the go around mode. How do I go back? Reset, let's start again. What about the, we'll do the bugs.
Pressurization set. Landing data.
Set the Q&H.
Set. Bug set.
Ah, there we are.
Fuel. Wait.
Right, so go around your right for landing data. What about the set for landing? good job having the boss here. Right, we need to set the QNH here in Prestwick, which is quite low. QNH is 9 and 9 and 9 hectopascals, so a bit hard when it's a bit light turbulence. So 9 and 9 and 9 are set. Passing 16,500 for 6,000 feet. Standby altimeter set. Close TR4 valve and leave TR1 open. Hey, which one's that, Felis? You have to talk to me like I'm a child. Ah, nonce. Close TR4 valve and leave. Ah! Is it this? What? Oh, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I'll skip it.
Enunciate the lights.
Look at that.
Checked. Altimeters.
Set and cross-checked. Set and
Fuel
cross-checked.
transfer 1 and 4.
Landing lights.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'll turn them on now. I know we're not quite at 10,000 feet yet.
On.
Radios and nav instruments.
Is this the transfer
Hold on.
valves here? Are these meant to be open? Oh, they're open. Ah. Hey, hold on. Close TR. Is that one? Oh, feel like dropping pressure. Wait, hold on. Why is that? Ah, I think I've shut down engine 4. I've shut down one of my engines. Yeah, fuel flow 0. Right. Why did I look at chat? Felis, why did I look at chat? That's alright, I've got... Oh, no. How do I do a windmill start? Recover. It is guarded. For a reason. It's recovering. Fuel pressure building, fuel flow. I've done a windmill start, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. As a professional, I was just demonstrating to everyone a windmill start. Welcome on board to the stream. And the windmill start has successfully completed. And yeah, thanks for having that. Oh, you've deleted your comment. Request for windmill start. I don't know who that was, but well, thank you so much. You didn't have to delete your comment. Yeah, well, that's fantastic. Right, that's back off. And oh, approaching 10,000 feet. VS. Let's do 100 feet per minute. Bug 250. Auto throttle on. And speed hold. There we are. Excellent. Calling aggressively. Right, we're good. We've got 12 miles to run till Turnberry, 2 minutes. So let's set about 2,000 feet per minute. Speed brake can actually probably get stowed now. There we are. Radio nav instruments. Yes, we can go actually to the Turnberry VOR now. Heading, updating. Uh-oh, I've completely... Where are we turning to? Let me just match the heading. I want to go dark. Ah! North, just give me 350. Heading select. And I want the radio one, direct course to Turnberry. There we are, that's perfect where we are. We're on Vorlock. Vorlock engaged, outsail, levelling off at 6,000 feet. Right, very good. Just my speed's a bit high, but that's fine. 6,000 feet, I can set VS 1,000 feet per minute now. Good, alright. So, how do I get charts? No. Habitat. No, home, airport. Echo Golf Papa Kilo. So that way you can actually monitor my progress. Approach. Oh, that's 1, 2. There we are. Look, you can see we're inbound to Turnberry, and then we're going to fly outbound on this Cat CD 340 track. So what we're going to do is go back into heading select. There we are, heading. Oh, this has been a perfect descent though. Outbound course we said is going to be 340, so I'll set the course to 340. And then we're going to fly right from the beacon. We're pretty much already routing on the correct track. I'm just going to make a slight left turn, get back on Get the CDI there, and we're looking good.
1000 to level off.
Perfect. Oh, look at that. 2 miles to run. And now I can pretty much make that turn onto a heading of 340. What's the wind here? Ah, hold on. Not that far. So 18, wind's coming from the south, so it's a slight crosswind from the left. I can pretty much get away from bugging the heading. So obviously don't go chasing the HSI now because we're right over the beacon. You're going to see the needle swing. And we can safely descend to the next charted altitude, which if you remember is 4,000 feet. So 4,000 feet is set, outsell. I'm going to stay in VS and just do 1,000 feet per minute. Should probably go a little bit more. What's the up speed? Oh, so much to do
50,
here.
40,
Radiator
30,
is checked. That's
20,
done. Next is the landing
10.
checklist. Performance calculator. The up speed is 247. I'm going to go 227 flat 1.
Ah yes, the windmill start tutorial. I love it. Will we have a flare tutorial today too? That seems to be lacking as of late. Winking face emoji.
V1, $5. He was the one that requested the demonstration of the windmill start. I just forgot your name when you deleted the comment. Well, I've demonstrated it for you, sir. And now we're on the procedural arrival into Glasgow Prestwick, where I can actually go to Vorlock and nav is engaged. I understand you're coming to the Boeing fleet as well. There's an excellent YouTube channel called Flydeck Sim with Boeing tutorials you might find most useful. Thank you for your support. Come again. V1, legendary fellow captain in America.
50,
Oh,
40,
brilliant. Thank you very
30,
much.
20,
Traffic 2 o'clock
10.
below you. Oh, really? On VATSIM? Fantastic. Grisor, thanks. Let's have a little look on the VATSIM map.
Traffic 2 o'clock below you.
Really? Just, I can't see anything on the VATSIM map. Alright, is that someone spamming me? Am I going to have to log off? I've completely lost track of what's going on. Right, I'm on this... too many distractions. How do I get... Oh, right, right. I need that page open here for the speed, and you guys can have up that so you can see my progress on the Navigraph. I don't even know where... There I am. 4,000 feet coming up, levelled off, flat 5. Oh, this is the
Flaps 5.
workload is off the chart. I can't go below 4,000 feet until I'm 12 miles from Turnberry. Flat 5 speed, 207, 187. It's flat 10 speed, bugging now. Don't care that I'm
Flaps
leveled
10.
off. What's the temperature outside? It's 4 degrees. I need engine anti-ice on. Flight start. Look how much I've got to do here. I'll check those out, of course. I've heard of him. Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, great guy. Right, what am I waiting for? 12 miles. You've got the chart up there. I'm not even looking at a chart. I'm just sort of just guesstimating everything here. Right, is this someone messing me around on VATSIM then? Or am I logging off? V1, outrageous comment. 12 miles, back to heading select. Good speed, 180 knots, so much my CDA, I don't care. Right, 12 miles, look, turning now. Slight left turn track. Oh no, same track, just want to wait for 14 miles, but I can step down to 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. Outsell, VS, engage, down we go. Actually, no, we're going to come out into quite a short final here. Let's keep that percent going. 14 miles coming up. 0.5 a mile to go. I'm happy to tune the ILS. 1103. 1103. 1103. And there's 12 mile. Oh, I've missed. Oh, late turning. That will do. Massive intercept heading. Course final is 123. Have you seen how much you've got to do on this aeroplane? 123. Jim, you can have 123. I'm going to be rolling out onto the glide slope, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. CDA. CDA. Well, from 6,000 feet. Oh no, it's a bit low on speed. Right, correct sensing arming Vorlock. Which is here. I've cut the corner slightly, but I don't care. Oh, it's going to be a really short final on the glide slope. I've cut this a bit too much, but I turned when as required. 10 miles already. Probably only going to get localizer capture around 8-7 miles on this track. Tower's active. 11815. Prestwick Tower, hello, it's Air France 74 Foxtrot, just becoming established on ILS 12 at 9 miles. I've got the correct frequency. Yeah, 11815. 11815. Prestwick Tower, Air France 74 Foxtrot. 8 miles.
Gear down.
Gear.
Flaps 20.
What's Alpha? I think it's a low speed situation, isn't it? Nothing heard. Should be working. Look, just to show you
Gears
guys.
down. Green light.
Got so much going on here. Share screen, look.
Localizer alive.
Prestwick Tower, Air France 74 Foxtrot. Pfft, not working. 11815, it's active. 11815, it's... Oh, hold on. Prestwick traffic, Air France 74 Foxtrot.
Air France 74 Foxtrot, Prestwick Tower, how do you pass your message?
Hello, I can hear you now. Established localizer. Runway 12 for ILS 12.
Air France 74 Foxtrot, thanks for surface winds 090 degrees 7 knots. Runway 12, clear to land.
Runway 12, clear to land. Air France 74 Foxtrot. Yeah, sorry about that, and thanks for the message. Live slow capture, Mr. Pochance 3,000 feet. Set. And I had somehow shut the radio off when it was turned down, but he couldn't hear me. Right, landing checklist. Oh, that
Leave
was
for landing checklist.
off the scale
Outer brakes.
workload.
As desired.
Ignition. Flight start. Cabin sights.
On.
Landing gear.
Down in green light.
You shut it off when trying to listen to the
Speed
VOR
brakes.
Morse code.
Armed.
Thanks.
Flaps.
Hold on.
Right, select landing flap now, flap 30. Final approach speed.
Flap 30. Flaps 25. Green light.
What?
Hydraulics. Normal.
153, I guess?
Landing
What's
checklist.
FAS?
Complete.
We'll go a bit of FAS anyway. FAS bug set. There's my flyby. Lots of replays today. Clear to land runway 12. Okie dokie. So I get myself happy with my viewpoint. Turn on my cam.
1000.
So it's disconnecting auto throttle. There we are. Cancel the light doing that and cancel
Prestwick Tower,
the
runway
autopilots.
10 Tango, ready for taxi. Runway 10 Tango, taxi.
Perfect. Oh, speed, I was too busy changing things in the background.
Taxi, Hollywood, Juliet, runway 12.
Zoomed in quite a lot, but it just helps with the perception of everything. Right, speed's coming back. Alright, beautiful evening here in Ayrshire. That was so busy. Is that one of Trump's golf clubs
500.
below? It does look... Oh, speed. Smidge high. Yeah, Cargo Lux doing a lot of freight flights to Prestwick.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Oh, keep sending. Bit high on speed. Here we go.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Oh, nearly a butter. Speed brakes up. Beautiful landing. Manual
On
braking.
brake off.
100 knots.
Out of reverse.
Cancel reverse. 80 knots.
60 knots.
60 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Glasgow Prestwick. Superb. Good down. What an ass. Awesome add-on. What a flight. 10 knots. Oh, oh no. Scraping the main gears to get around the corner. There we are. That was almost a butter on the butter calculator. Was it minus 120 to get that? Just check my brake temps. Ah, they're good. All in the green, look.
X25 November, the surface winds are 090 degrees for 7 knots.
Alright, cool. And we're going to request stand 6 on the main apron.
I'd like to find a beacon vacate to the right, please.
Air France 74 Foxtrot vacated and request main apron stand 6 if it's available.
Air France 74 Foxtrot, Deacon taxi, stand 6, good evening.
Stand 6, thank you, Air France 74 Foxtrot. Awesome, there we are, we're down. Right. Cleaning up, flaps up. Speed brake down. That was awesome. It was so busy at the end, but it was worth it. That was the oh, another jumbo. That's the cargo lock 74, and that cargo locks fly into Prestwick 74s. And I've seen an Air France 74 as well before, the cargo variant. 400 though. Crikey's got a very high nose. Oh, is he stalled onto the threshold? Oh no, he's butted it down. Beautiful. What a landing. Oh, it's so nice to land this aeroplane. Alright, 26 knots, that'll do. Right, speed brake stowed, flaps up. Probes can come off. No, I don't see how that is. Where's the probes? Jumbos galore. Start the APU. Whoa, steady. Try not to get the gear on the grass. Want to brake off. The IPU starting up. And we landed with... how much fuel? 17 tons, that was good. We needed 10 to divert. And I took an extra 30 minutes, so... yeah, both the 800 and 400 coming here. It says Spottish, hope you're doing well. Saw Spitfire, one of the few flight sim add-ons where maintaining currency is a legit concern. Surprised to see a Dash 8 butter. They've been landing hard lately. Oh, really? Very, very nice. But that was a superb flight in the 200 here today. Look at it go. It is one of my favourites. This add-on. Fantastic. Just realised they've updated all the playlists for my Epidemic soundtrack. No, right, we'll use that one there. Right, APU's up and running. We're going to go on to stand 6. That's pretty much the only place they can fit us on the southern apron. So it's coming off the main apron to stand 6 there. I probably won't do the full cargo door opening to unload the freight, but you've seen it open when we loaded it at the start, because I'm going to do the replays as well. And my wife's just mentioned I'm so lucky. What time you finish? Because I'll make it there. Just messaging the boss. Beautiful. What do you guys think of the add-on then? Robson, or Ryan Clemson says, any word on discounts for current owners and passengers? Yes. So full price if you don't own the product, $70, but if you own the passenger variant, it'll be a $30 upgrade fee, which I think is incredibly reasonable. Tiddly Ryanair 73 next to my Mega Queen of the Skies. Pop the APU on the bus. Oops, I want to... There we are, IDG's disconnected. And actually, there's probably a checklist here. After landing checklist.
After landing checklist.
Outflow valve.
Out the way, Austin's
Open.
vegan phone.
Galley power.
Food.
Wait.
Oh, galley power off.
Off. Ignition. Let's see.
It's going to be a bit tight with this this building here. Well, I need to also clear the main apron. I might just go slightly offset the line. Ignition off.
Off. Body gear steering. Arm.
There we are. I've just offset the line slightly. Oops. There's the limousine to pick up. the VIP. There we are. And we've stopped. What an iconic machine, guys. Alright, parking brake is set. Transponder to standby. That wants to be off as well.
Standby. Radar off. After landing checklist complete.
Next is the shutdown checklist, so let's cut off the engines. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Glasgow Prestwick. Alright, seatbelts, probes, window heat off. There we are, window heat, exterior lights as required. And we're going to do a transit shutdown flow, and as I mentioned, if you want to see the cargo door open and close, watch the start of the stream. But I will, oh, don't forget to turn off lights there, but yeah, I want to go straight to the replay after this anyway, so there she is, the 747-200 freighter, the first ever time we've flown the jumbo freighter on any live stream there. As you hear those engines spool down, absolutely beautiful. Cheers, Stephen. Well done, Cap. The approach was so busy. It was really, really busy. I fought a troll at one point on VATSIM, and people were saying check the VATSIM radar. And I was trying to do that, fly an aeroplane, react to chats, hard work. Damn, the stowaways ordered a limo. They did. It was a great fun flight though. Seems I know how to spend the coupon I won during the MOGF. Absolutely, Edo. Absolutely. Did I give that to you? I can't remember if I sent it your way, but absolutely, this will be a fine addition to your add-on. 70 plus 30 depends on which you buy first. Yes, that's it. So if you want both, it's $100. But an upgrade of $30 is very reasonable for the amount of extra features you get with this add-on. Adrian, looks like the Felis just looks like paint to control all the systems single pilot, even in sim. Well, that's the challenge. You've got to psych yourself up, but you can do it. Take it on VATSIM there, busy event, trying to... Obviously, I've got to react with you guys as well and interact with chat, but it's doable. And the engineering panel is automated enough. When I say automated enough, I mean the actual system is. There's no ability to have an engineer, unfortunately, but you don't have to fiddle with it a huge amount once you're in flight. It's mostly on the ground, and after the flight you're doing it. It's doable. Give it a go. It's very rewarding once you get this from A to B. Mr. Anderson himself said these aircraft... is that from Matrix? These aircraft with delivery... this livery flew past my school when I was a kid. I'm so excited to fly it. Thank you, Felis. Thank you, Flight Sim. You're most welcome. It was a pleasure to fly this virtually today. Oh yes, Edo, it was about a month ago, I remember now. Oh, Gustavo, the night landing. Yes, you want the night lighting, absolutely. Well, give me 2 seconds because I can change that instantaneously because I'm not flying live weather. There you are. So there's 8 o'clock at night. Just let the sim sort of sort itself out, but obviously we've got the flood lighting here, and here is the lighting at night. So obviously you can turn off the external lights there. The external lighting on this add-on's been always very nice. And then you've got the overhead lighting here. Main panel background lighting. Need I show more? Fantastic, look at that. I mean, I don't even know where all the lighting controls are, but you got lightings down here for the control stand, centre forward panel, the engineering panel lighting controls are down here. Superb. What do you think, guys? Now it's more realistic. Cargo flights always land at night. We should do some night. I'll do a night flight, I think, for the next one because that would be more realistic. Scottish, thank you. 26 months as a member. Nice to see my local airport make it on a stream. Thanks for another great one, Captain. Side note: the B in my user used to be a C, if that helps. Oh yes, Skittish. Is that you? Yes, everyone's names change thanks to YouTube. Unbelievable. But there we are. All done. Felis, great to see that you've managed to stay on board the whole stream as well. Thanks, guys. Did notice a few problems, but nothing serious. Fantastic. Well, a massive thank you to Felis for sending me a preview copy of this aircraft. It's pretty much ready for release. Just a little bit of fine-tuning here and there. There'll be a number of other streamers getting access to this aircraft as well, so be sure to check them out. I hope I did a reasonably good job showing you all the new features. It's a fantastic add-on. We already knew it was great with the passenger variant, but to now have sort of the cargo variant, which again is a rare airplane in real life, but certainly plenty of these were flying around 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's fantastic, something that you can take with you. And just to reassure you, obviously I flew INS today. If you're new, you've got other navigation options available. You've got the default FMC available, which is, yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but you can then at least fly modern airways and busy airways as well. Felis, I would love to see a retrofit of this similar to what was fitted to the latter 200s. And then you've got this LTN 92, which really scares me. I might use it one day to navigate here, but I can't even find the clear button here. But yeah, I might try that one day. And this is fitted to some 200s as well. But yeah, great fun. We've got to certainly fly this again soon. In fact, I think I'll do this next stream on Saturday, so long as I don't get called. But yeah, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. There's the cargo lock 74, taxiing onto stand, and there we are, concluding the day. Do you mess about the yoke sensitive in X-Plane? I don't, Z-Sim Pilot. I'm just plug and play for me. I'm more than satisfied with how it happens. Guys, on no news to I know, because there's no profile set up for the 747-200, let alone one for Alpaca Airways. So the guys in New Sky who help run the Alpaca Airways side of things, I'll send them a config file so it's available. And there we are, beautiful, lovely Ryder 737 landing in the background. Ooh, I wonder what it's like to fly one of those. Who knows? A fine aeroplane. Right then, let's log off of VATSIM and see that landing. Amazing. Well, thank you, Felis, for a fantastic opportunity to stream this as well. And no doubt when it's released, you might find one of you in the community could find you getting this aircraft come your way. Haha, we'll see. Right, anyway, I'll turn off New Sky. No, not I was using New Sky. Sorry, the overlay here as well. Oh, no, not that one. I can't even run my own YouTube channel. There we are. And let's now turn off that music and turn on the replay music. Like that. Superb. I think we'll do quite a few replays of this because the sounds on this add-on are beyond mega. Right. There we are. Wow! Runway was down slope, that's why it wasn't smooth. That was loud. Floated a bit there. Oh. Get your earplugs in because I'm going to do that again. How many wheels do you want? I can't even hear the replay music. Yes, Felis, contact Amy. This is going to be a fantastic view here. Oh, yes. I'd always love it having maximum volume as well. Look at this. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now we're going to do something a little bit different to sign off here because I haven't got the best wing views in this freighter version. So what I'm going to do is save the camera in this position so you can sort of watch the runway vacate after landing, watch the aircraft vacate after landing, and then I'll sign off the stream from there. Ah, perfect. It was a little bit ambitious getting off the runway there, the nose wheel skidded. Ah, there we are, some silence. Oh, perfect. Well, there we go. That's the end of the Felis 742 stream. What an epic add-on, and it's going to be with you very shortly. I think the plan, Felis said, is for it to be released next week. $70 if you're new to the Felis series, or if you already have the passenger variant, it'll be a $30 upgrade. Very reasonable for the quality of add-on and changes you're getting with the freighter version. If you really enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got a lot of new people watching the channel today, so appreciate all the support all the existing subscribers give you, and all the members as well. Thank you indeed for all the support you provide me too. As I mentioned, I've got a standby this weekend, so yeah, I'll probably fly this again. If I'll have a go with the LTN, I'm not sure, but I might be brave enough to take on a VATSIM event if there's lots of conventional navigation options into that airport. But there we are. We'll call it a day. Thanks to everyone that donated, to anyone that joined as a member too. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.